Since when was Kevin Hart a geezer? We're live, by the way.
Ah,
That makes for great live stream right there. Start off drinking coffee and tea. I bet you're drinking tea, aren't you?
yeah, because I'm British. Oh, yeah, I must be drinking tea because I'm British. That is so cliche, you know.
Well, that's what I was gonna say.
What? That's so cliche. What are you drinking?
Oh, the blood of deer. Just like an American mixed with Jägermeister and Jack Daniels.
That was lovely.
Oh man, so
you're not gonna ask me then?
What am I gonna ask you? What about your cup? What about it? What's in it?
Tea.
All right. I thought we covered this.
That was
right.
lovely.
So everybody, if you're joining us, we just started. This is a little different. This is like an impromptu, just sort of just going on and talking about random stuff. And yeah, I had the day off, so I felt like just talking shit with Ramon from Hit or Miss TV. How you doing, buddy?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm very
Good.
well. Yeah,
I like your outfit.
Yep. Thanks, man. It's what's his name? Lion from what do you call it? Wizard of Oz, is it?
Wizard of Oz? Oh, the Cowardly Lion.
Oi!
With a roof. In the roof.
Put him up. That guy, yeah.
Put him up. Put him up.
Put him up.
So,
Yeah,
like, did you buy that, or was that gifted to you?
What do you mean? Did I buy it? Well, look, that there, mate. What you're wearing? That's shit. Did someone give you that? Is that what you're saying? That's kind of what you're saying.
I just want to know if you purchased it.
No, that's what you're kind of mugging me off. You're mugging me off. You're mugging me off. You look like an idiot, mate. Did you go and buy that? Did you? You're an idiot. That's kind of what you're doing to me.
I'm not.
USA, bro.
I'm not gaslighting
USA.
you. I'm not gaslighting
USA,
you, bro.
man. Bring back Donald Trump.
Oh Jesus! Here we go. Yeah, even the UK wants us to bring back Donald Trump, huh? I don't know. I don't care about Donald Trump. I don't care about Biden. I don't care about any of that shit.
Oh no. Donald Trump's a legend, bro. He's my hero.
Oh yeah, why is he your hero?
Just because he's like the best comedy. I like Chris Rock. I liked Richard Pryor. Trump is like the next one.
So Trump is a fantastic comedian to you. Over there
it's
in the
comedy
UK.
gold.
That's
for
awesome.
me, it's comedy gold. It's comedy gold, bro. Like,
you know,
a lot of people.
You know who else is that too? Joe Rogan says he's that Trump is he considers him a really funny guy. Like that's the only reason why he reads his tweets, because he says, dude,
it's funny. It's
hilarious.
It's bizarre. It's bizarre. The stuff he comes out with. Like, as I said to you before, I don't know if it was on live. That thing that he said to Hillary that went viral. The someone, you know, with your temperament being in the White House, because you'll be in jail. Like, that's like one of, you know, when they have that I think it was the Nick Cannon show, Wild and Out or Wild Out, where they go against each other, where they're like, you know, cussing each other and stuff. And that's the sort of thing you'd expect him to do. If you went up to Trump and just make fun of his hair, he would have something instantly to come back at you. And that's what comedians do.
Yeah,
not politicians. You're not supposed to have a prime minister or a president be able to do that. That's not their job.
Well, I mean, it is kind of a duty of a elected official to be on their toes when you know, ask questions or in a debate. It kind of flows with that. He just goes the more snide comedic route with it. You know,
and I think the other thing as well that I kind of, again, it's nothing to do with him as a person. I can appreciate people don't like him because he's a bit of a buffoon. He's a bit like our Prime Minister, Boris. But there's certain things that happened. I've watched of him where he went to like the, like they do like a dinner thing with, and it was when Barack Obama was president in the White House, and I remember they're all sitting around having dinner, and they were just all beating down on Trump. And I remember him sitting at the table in this video, and he's sitting there, and everyone in this dinner was laughing at him. And Barack Obama was like, "Oh, what are you going to do next? Run for president?" And everyone was just on Trump, like laughing in his face, like hundreds of people laughing in his face. To think that the geezer did all that, came through that, and did get it. I mean, you've got to love him or hate him. The geezer's got some balls, man. He's got some. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you said to him, "I bet you can't be a baseball player," he'll go and do it. Like, he don't care. Like, nothing will stop the man. And on that front, on the fighting front, as a person, I admire that, because he can do it, and he does it. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of his thing. A man of integrity, if you will. You know, he does what he puts his mind to. So it looks like once we started and I went into the background and put on one of my news things, you started getting digitally. So, like, I guess this laptop does it too. I don't understand it. Remember our first episode? I had like 15 different links all up in the thing, and it didn't do this. I just randomly started doing this, getting all like pixelated and digital like lagging. I don't know what the deal is. So what's going on in your neck of the woods? See any good movies lately?
I've seen a few. Do me a favor, you know that music, turn it down even more. It's still quite loud, my end, you know.
Really? Is it really?
Yeah. Like, when I'm talking, I can still hear it quite loud.
I'm just gonna turn it off.
That's kind of why I was shouting.
Turn it off. I thought you guys liked it.
There. No,
See,
I do.
I can't even hear it.
There you go. Yeah, it's there. That's on.
I can't hear it. That's so weird. It's so weird. You're getting it louder than I am.
Yeah. So movies. Thanks to you again, the wonderful Stevie Cade. I got access to HBO Max, which we still don't have here in the UK, which is extremely frustrating.
That is weird. Didn't you say when is it supposed to be out in the UK?
It's supposed to. It's come out in Portugal, Spain, and Germany, and a few other countries, Belgium, somewhere like that. Have recently got like access to it, so it's expanding, which is good, but it's still a bit frustrating. I mean, it's not for everything, because there's still like shows and movies you can still get on other platforms and that, but it's frustrating because, again, especially doing YouTube work as well, like, you watch your content, I watch my content, and if it's difficult sometimes where I can't get, like, for example, Peacemaker is a prime example. It's only YouTubers that have probably seen it, because no one in the UK would have seen it, because you can't get it anywhere. So I don't even know when that's supposed to be out over here. It's crazy, isn't it?
It is weird. It's weird. I would imagine that like the UK would be a prime, like spot to market.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like the Suicide Squad. It's like not releasing that here. It would be like, well, why?
But you guys have Disney Plus, right?
Yeah. Wait up. Let's see when Peacemaker's actually out. I'm gonna have a look, and what it would actually be on. Will Peacemaker be out? Unfortunately, no UK release has been announced.
What?
Can you believe that, bro?
Does that have anything to do with the fact that there's it's has a lot of guns? Because I know you guys don't do guns over there.
No, bro. Like,
but then you have James Bond
violent stuff on TV. No. We have a lot of violent stuff on TV. Like, you can get away with all of that over here. I think it's easier, more so over here, even with bad language. Like, you can say the C word, any word that's bad language on TV shows, you can get away with a lot.
Oh, well, like the C word, the see you next Tuesday word. Yeah, that's
that's a bad one. Like, that's one of the big ones. Like,
is that bad over there? Because our perspective, like Americans, we think it's bad, but we think that you guys don't think it's that bad.
Oh no, people
because you guys use that word for everything. You talk about
that's
kids.
Why?
Really?
That's
so
why
you guys are really just pissed off all the time at people. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys use the C word all the time.
Yeah, I'm careful on YouTube, and I even, honest to God, I even have family a lot of the time have a go at me just at family gatherings and stuff. People sort of tell me to calm down just because my general way of speaking is bad language. Like, I'm terrible. I'm terrible. I think a lot of British people have that. I'm not saying everyone, but I'm quite loud. I'm just quite loud as a person. That's just me. Yeah, I can't really I can't tarnish everyone else, because most people are well spoken, and I'm bad language wise. But yeah, the C word over here. Sorry, the C word over here is like if you say that word in front of a woman, that's
really. Dude, the perception over here is that you guys just love that word and use it to describe, anything. Like, oh man, these fish and chips are great. I love the cunt who made these. I think
that's it's one of the most offensive words I don't know what it is. I think women seem to, or females, ladies seem to be offended by that word, like big time. So
Well, yeah,
even if
that's
you're
how it
not
is here
talking
too. I
at them,
just, that's how it is here too,
yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah. It's like not even if you're not directing it at a female, it's oh, this guy over here is a, and you say it like women will be like, oi, oi, don't talk like that. Like, whereas me, oi, you get me a beer, you like that's
Do
just
you, do you,
England for you.
do you guys have
Do you
you
guys have
guys do,
shops?
no, do you guys have the asshole
Do you
game
have
over
like
there?
hotels? What?
Do you guys like have streets and stuff like normal people? Do you live in
Do you like
houses, or
do you like have do you like have
do you
do you
live in
like
one of
have
those
food?
mud huts like
Do you have
hobbits?
like food and stuff? Do you like people living
No.
there?
Do you even human, bro? No, like, do you guys play the asshole game? This game? Ah, there it is. I can't do it here. There, this game.
I don't know what that is.
Okay. Well, here, it's called the asshole game. You take this and you hold it below your waist, and if somebody looks at them, you get to punch them. It's a game.
Is that a real thing?
It's a
No, we
schoolyard
play.
game, and like
Oh,
man-childs like
wow.
me, grow up and continue the game.
Is that
But
similar to what I watched in that movie with Ryan Reynolds, where he works in like a restaurant, like Pizza Hut or something like that? The
oh
Ryan
yeah,
Reynolds one.
waiting.
That, and they
Yeah,
do something similar in that. And if you look, someone gets to do something to you. Yeah, it's
yeah.
something
That's
similar
that's
to
pretty
that.
much it. It's called the asshole game.
Ah,
Um, now some people,
I'd like that.
in
That's
Mexico,
my
listen,
achievement.
I used to be a manager for a restaurant called Chipotle. I don't know if you have Chipotle over there.
No, 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 no.
Okay.
That's why I was saying to you the other day. I weren't joking. It came up, and I don't know how you pronounce it because it's got a weird
Oh yeah,
spelling.
Chipotle.
Right.
It's
I don't even know what it
it's
is.
actually Chipotle is the name of a pepper. It's actually a
Oh,
roasted
okay.
jalapeno. You know what a jalapeno is, right?
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
All right. It's a roasted jalapeno. That's what a Chipotle is. And a slow roasted jalapeno. And so there's a restaurant here in the States called Chipotle. And I used to manage one of these restaurants. And if you play that asshole
Oh,
game,
man.
I walked past one of the ladies and I held that down. She was not happy. Apparently in Mexico, that is a major insult. You're literally calling that person an asshole. And
Do you know what? I'm just looking. There is actually now there's three of them in London, but one's in Whitechapel, which is just outside London. One's in Covent Garden, which is
Christopher
it's
Mastad,
quite
what's up,
central.
man? Long time no see. Oh, sorry, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you. This kid,
So
he plays guitar and he did a Terminator intro for me for one of my videos once and sent it to me. And yeah,
as in the original, like the Terminator theme, yeah.
yeah, dun, 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 dun,
Oh,
dun,
nice,
dun.
nice,
Yeah.
nice. That's classic, man. That was Brad Friedel, something like that, who made that. Yeah, it's classic, mate. Classic. But yeah, this restaurant, yeah, there's three now in London, but there's only one really in central London in Covent Garden, which is a nice area. But no, there ain't a lot of them here. There's three in London, which isn't a lot really.
That's three. What? I missed what?
The restaurant that you was
What?
talking about.
Oh, Chipotle. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's
Yeah, I
three
knew
of
there
them.
were some.
Like
I knew there were some overseas because when I worked there, they were talking about how they wanted to use different colored peppers because it's really popular overseas for people to use like the red and green peppers, but like they also come in purple and brown and these
yeah,
multicolors. And that was more over in the Europe and UK area, and they wanted to bring that to the States. But yeah,
yeah.
Chipotle is a fantastic restaurant. God, a great
Yeah, but
food
it'll
too.
be
People here love it.
yeah, but the thing is, it'll be rubbish over here because it's
Why?
like
Why would
you
it be
just
rubbish?
said. Because
Why would it
I
be
don't know if
rubbish?
just listen to me, bitch. Right? I don't know why.
What?
I don't know.
Oh, bad. Okay, speaking of
Listen,
bad words, yeah.
it says, yeah, no, I don't know if it's like an American thing or not, but like if, for example, if you had a McDonald's or a Burger King over there, it would be completely different to over here. The meat
Yeah.
would be different, the salad would be different, and that's what I'm saying with restaurants like that, because it's is it American and Mexican, or you say it's Mexican?
Yeah, it's Mexican. Or yeah,
That's what I'm saying. So
Mexican.
even the meat we use wouldn't be the same meat you use, so it's not going to be the same. That's what I mean. If you went over there and had
Well,
it
the
over
meat they
there, it
use
would
is
be
pork and beef.
yeah, but it's
That's the
still
meat they use.
but it's still going to taste. I think it will still taste differently, because when I've been here, and that's what I'm saying, and I go somewhere else and have a McDonald's, or if I go to somewhere else and have a Burger King, it tastes completely different, and it's still beef, but it just tastes different.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's like if you're gonna have it, something like that, I'd rather go there and have it. If you know what I mean.
Right. I would love to.
'Cause
I would love to do that, like an Andy Bourdain sort of situation. Just go to different countries, but like instead of trying the exotic foods from their native country, I just want to try the same crap we have here, but over there, and compare them
I'm
to
telling you,
see
it'd be
to see what
different.
the
It would be
difference is.
different.
To see
Because
what the difference is. Like
even
McDonald's.
Kentucky, yeah, even Kentucky Fried Chicken. When I've been like places like Ibiza and
Do they call it
places like that,
Kentucky Fried Chicken over there?
no, just no KFC. But I'm just saying,
Oh,
it's like I was just saying that because I thought that would be how you say it. That's what I'm saying. I
we
just
call
said
it
that 'cause
KFC.
how I thought. Yeah. That tastes different in. Like, I was working in Ibiza for about 3 or 4 years DJing, and when I was over there, just like late night, just coming out from a club or whatever and grabbing KFC, having it there compared to in England is different. And that's a Spanish country. This is English country.
Right.
It's just chicken. So why does it taste different? So I think it depends. That's what I'm saying. Even all of that stuff, fast food and that, different countries, it's just going to taste a little bit different. Like I dread to think what your McDonald's like. I bet your burgers are like this. Like we get. That burger, a cheeseburger, yeah.
Well, no, they catfish you here in America. They promote them to be this big, but when you
That's
get
what
them,
we get. Yeah.
yeah,
It's like the little flat thing.
yeah.
Did I tell you I worked in Burger King?
Oh yeah, no, you didn't.
Oh
You worked,
man, this is a
you
good
worked
one.
in Burger
Yeah,
King, huh?
Yeah, when I was in college, many moons ago, and it's not. It's bad
See,
story really.
I
'Cause I
don't
got
see
fired.
how Burger King or McDonald's could be too different from here than in the UK. I don't see how
Well, like you
like
said,
Chipotle.
even
I
with
can get Chipotle is a Spanish style sort of thing, but like we have ingredients in Mexico that you don't have over there. I can get that, but like McDonald's, Burger King, these are simple tomatoes, lettuce, beef, ketchup.
yeah, but you would still have different tomatoes than what we would have.
Tomatoes,
Simple.
tomatoes. Fair.
Tomato. Yeah,
That's like the
what I'm
most
saying.
relevant I've ever heard that term in my life.
Yeah, even tomatoes would be different. I bet your tomatoes, because of
So
the
Tara.
States, I bet you've got big ass tomatoes over there, whereas we get again, ours look like peas. We don't get big tomatoes over here.
Oh, you got these
So
little cherry tomatoes, little
yeah,
itty bitties.
bitch ones.
How do you
Yeah,
not? How do
bitch
you
ones.
not have regular sized tomatoes over there? Do you not have
They're
sun?
not regular. Not really. No, we have
Oh,
in a year we probably get about 2 weeks of like sun. Oh, it's
oh.
hot. We go outside. Burn me. And after that, there's no sun.
That sounds
Like
miserable.
that's it. It is. Why do you think the suicide rate's so high?
Is it really?
I don't know.
Oh,
That was so dark.
okay. Way to troll.
Where'd that come from? Like,
So, like, when we talk about different foods in different countries here, like what is normal for you? Like, what do you have in your fridge right now?
I don't. Oh, we're going down this route, are we? I don't really know. I could.
I'm just curious if you have like stuff in your fridge that I have in my fridge, and like they're the same exact stuff. Like I got ketchup, mayonnaise,
Don't keep ketchup in the
carrots.
fridge. Yeah, mayonnaise. Don't keep carrots in the fridge. Who
don't
keeps carrots in the fridge?
We do.
You're fucking weirdos, then, aren't you?
Dude,
You're weird, though, aren't you? The Americans are weird, don't they? Right. I've got one for you. I got one for you. Right. How do you travel?
like in a car?
How do you travel? I'm asking you. Right.
Like-
Okay. But what is a car?
Okay, a vehicle with wheels. I don't know what.
See?
exactly-
Oh, you said it right. No, you said it right. I'm surprised.
What?
No, the Americans don't call them that, do they?
Call them what?
Step away from the vehicle. See?
Yeah, we call them vehicles.
No, vehicle.
Oh, vehicle.
Vehicle. Yeah, that's every time I see an American thing on TV or a video or it's a cop. Ma'am, please step away from the vehicle. What's a vehicle?
Well, apparently you're streaming all your American shows from fucking Kentucky or something, because like,
is that what it is?
not all Americans talk like that, you know. But we have different dialects, you know. Much like I imagine in the UK, like you have your fancy British, you know.
I'm not one of them. Yeah,
a little spot of tea there,
yeah.
and then you have like your hillbilly British, you know, like hello, how are you? You know, like it's just different dialects.
Yeah, I can't.
Is that
I
you?
can't
Are you the hillbilly British?
Yeah, I can't do the posh. I could try to do the posh, but it's not really my. We are not weird. We are special. That, sir, I would have to agree with you on.
Oh,
you
God.
mug.
Thanks, Tara. You really set him up for that one. Stevie, do you know what today is, right?
It's Tuesday.
Is it your birthday? I don't know. Should I know? I don't know. I got
Tara.
Facebook up.
Is that Tara or Terry? Tara. Like Tara Patrick.
Like terabyte. Like Tara Conrad.
Oh, so no, because Tara Patrick's an adult star, and I like Tara Patrick. She's got nice hair.
Oh, well, no, this isn't the same Tara.
No, but I'm just saying, it just got me thinking. Got memories with her, you know. We go way back.
So what else do you have in your fridge?
Oh, I'm just trying. Should I just go and grab some stuff?
You know what? Go grab some stuff. Go ahead.
You grab some.
You grab three things. When you come back, I'll grab 3 things later. I don't want us both to leave. You go ahead and grab 3 things from your fridge, and I'll see if I know them.
Okay.
Oh, it's your birthday, Tara. Well, happy birthday. Let me happy birthday to you. Yay! Sorry, that yay is for you. I have new sound bites. I'm trying to like work through. So, do you want me to sing to you, Tara? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tara. Happy birthday to you. There you go, hon. I appreciate you joining us. Tell your mom I said hi. So, all right. So, anybody who doesn't know, Ramon is going to his fridge right now to grab 3 things to see if there's any difference between what's in his fridge and mine. This is what we do this is what happens when we do an impromptu live stream. We have no idea what to do or even talk about. So if you guys know some things that you want us to talk about, let me know in the comments below and we'll chat about it, because we're just pretty much open discussion right now. Whatever you want to talk about, we'll talk about it. All right, let's see. Thank you. You should have known that. How many? I don't even remember my own birthday. Okay, don't hassle me. Well, there's Ramon in his Cowardly Lion outfit.
Don't give me Cowardly Lion, you bitch. Put him up. All right, you ready?
I'm ready. What'd you get for us here?
I'm going to go with this one first because I'm going to read it.
That looks like a condom. Do you have condoms in your fridge?
It
looks like a condom.
It's called After 8. It's dark chocolate.
Oh, okay. Dark chocolate.
Yeah. And it's got like mint inside. And it's so good.
Oh, well, we have those. We have things like that here. That's nothing new. That's nothing new. Cool. All right. So we share that. We share the chocolates. How old am I, Tara? Why are you calling me out? I'll be 39 in just a little over a month. What is that? Is that a beer? Foster's? Is that Foster's? Yeah.
Foster's is always in my
See,
fridge.
that's not too unique. All right, we're the same here, buddy.
Pear halves.
You keep canned food in your fridge?
Nah.
No.
Okay. No, I just showed you that and just said I've taken it out of my fridge, but no, I don't, Steve.
That's worse than keeping carrots in the fridge.
How?
Well, because carrots can eventually deteriorate, and refrigeration can keep them from doing that.
Wait a second. Keep refrigerated.
After opening, I bet it says.
Yeah.
You got to read the rest of the package. Okay, I'm going to grab 3 things from my fridge and see if you know what the hell they are. Okay. Keep these people entertained.
You're gonna bring like a decapitated head or something like that just for a laugh.
Don't worry
no,
about it.
because sometimes I didn't want to do that. I wasn't gonna, but I thought, no, it'd be funny. But I thought I better not. Because it'd be funny, wouldn't it? It'd be funny. It'd be like, oh look, he's got a real head. Like no.
All right, I'll be right back. Keep these people entertained.
Okay.
Tell them that joke you know.
Oh, that joke. That joke. No, I'm not going to tell him a joke. So, what I will tell you is I watched a couple of films over the last couple of days. So, if you want to check these out, the first one I watched was Nightmare Alley, which was on HBO Max, thanks to Stevie, because we obviously don't get it here in the UK. And it's by Guillermo del Toro, who done, is it Lady in the Water or The Shape of Water? Something like that. And he also done Hellboy, that fella. Really, really, really good movie. It's got Bradley Cooper, Kate Blanchett, who I love to the moon and stars. She's absolutely wonderful. It's even got Ron Perlman in it. Hellboy. How could I forget that? Rooney Mara. And it's based in the 40s and it's about a circus. It's just really, really good. It's about greed, money, hunger, all that sort of stuff. What was the other movie that I watched? I've also been watching Peacemaker, which I've been really, really enjoying. Can't wait for that. It's on again tomorrow, isn't it? Can't believe that as well. Peacemaker's not coming out in the UK. How can you have DC's Peacemaker not out in the UK? It's bizarre, isn't it? It's absolutely bizarre. And then today I was meant to go and see Moonfall, but I've put it off till Friday just because I've got so much to do. And I love a disaster movie.
Disaster movie.
Yeah, disaster movie, Moonfall, yeah.
All right, Ramon, I know you don't know what this is, but see if you can guess.
That's a tomato.
How do you know? You don't have these over there.
No, it's not a tomato. It's a tomato.
All right. So, yes, this is a normal sized tomato that we have here.
It's a tomato.
All right. So, do you have Sweet Baby Ray's in the UK?
Hang on. Let me put my glasses on. That looks nice, you know. Oh, mate, that looks nice. No, we don't.
Sweet Baby Ray's.
Maybe we do. Maybe we do, but it's not one that I'm familiar with.
Well,
Sweet Baby Ray's. That sounds nice.
See, Tara's laughing at you, but she doesn't know that like I was actually trolling you because you don't actually grow big tomatoes like this in the UK. You grow the little ones.
No. Yeah, we don't.
Yeah.
I mean, they're smaller than that. They're not like the tiny ones, but they're not as big as that.
Okay.
They're not tiny. You see?
All right. So you don't have Sweet Baby Ray's. Okay.
Yeah, let me just write that down. Sweet Baby Ray's.
Right. Now here's something I'm going to bring up.
Oh no, you can get it from certain. No, there's one like I don't know what you would call them. Where'd you get your shopping? Your
Kroger.
food. Okay, Sainsbury's, Tesco's. We do have them in one place here.
So like
I'll have to
Aldi
get
or
that
something.
then. I'll give that. Yeah, basically like that. Yeah, I might try that then. Sweet Baby Ray's, good stuff, is it?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's very popular here. And then also we have some fresh herbage, cilantro. I love cilantro. Do you know what? Do you know what cilantro is?
Never heard of that in my life.
You never heard of cilantro?
No. What's the real name of it?
That's what it's called. It says
no, like what's?
It says cilantro.
No. Wait a minute. Spell it.
Okay, so you're gonna see if it's called something else over there. Cilantro.
Cilantro.
I don't know why I had to look at that. I know.
Coriander, you mug. Cilantro.
Coriander, you dumbass.
Coriander. Cilantro is a herb from the fresh leaves of the coriander plant. You
really?
mug. You fucking right it is. You
I've
four
never
eyes.
Heard that. I've never heard that before. That's
Put-
not how you spell
put the glasses,
cilantro.
four eyes.
Cilantro, Tara.
Yeah. Four eyes.
But no. Okay, I'm going to look this up. I think you're wrong.
Yeah, you look it up. Google's lying, is it? Google UK.
Well, dude, if you look anything up on Google, it's obviously misinformation. So,
That's
I mean,
true.
if it goes
true.
against the narrative that I'm trying to put off,
No, it's
then it's
misinformation because It is, because it says on there that most women are happy with 6 inches, and we all know that's a lie.
I know. Most of my women are happy with 4. So yeah, of course.
I don't believe that.
Oh, it is a coriander plant. I just lost my credibility as a cook.
No. But no, it's just that's what I mean. You just call it something else.
Oh, okay.
That's
Well,
all it is.
cilantro
It's
is like the
same
main
thing.
ingredient for Chipotle, and it's fucking amazing.
Oh, right. I see. Yeah, corianders. We have that in a lot of Asian food. It's coriander is
Well,
I'm with you
I
there.
know coriander and cilantro have 2 completely different flavors. Absolutely, completely different
really?
flavors. Oh yeah, it's not the same at all. So like it,
Okay.
and there's a thing with cilantro. A lot of people really have like it's like I think like a small percentage, like 13% of people in the world think cilantro tastes like soap. It's
I'll
a
have to
weird
try and
thing.
get
It's a
some. No, I
it's a
mean, if it's,
weird thing. It's a weird thing.
I'll have to try and get some then, and because it basically I don't use the normal like Aldi. I do use some for main stuff, like your main commercial stuff, but there's a
I didn't.
Eastern Europe.
I'm a loser.
There's an Eastern European market that's here as well that have got their own store. So like again, they get imported vegetables like tomatoes. So I do get big tomatoes, but I have to get them from an imported source. Same with onions, like, and they have the giant onions, because over here we've got like tennis ball sized onions. We don't get big onions. We don't grow big onions over here. So
See, that's crazy because
imported.
where I live at my market, all this stuff, like during the warm seasons, all this stuff is grown locally. Like I live in a farm area, so
Grown locally in the warm season. Right, our warm season's Monday till Thursday, then it's winter till next year. That's it, bro.
yeah.
Right.
Okay, you're gonna fire me, Tara. Yeah, yours spelled Youre, by the way.
Hyphen,
So don't
exactly.
don't be calling me out
Tara.
misspelling
I shave your head.
cilantro with an S and an A.
I shave your head and throw a pineapple at you.
That's it.
It's weird, isn't it?
Her English. There you go, Tara. That's for you. Getting onto my case.
It's a crazy world we live in, though, isn't it? It's a crazy world.
Dude. Okay, so like last week we were talking about, or last Sunday rather, we were talking about. We kind of did that Neil Young, Joe Rogan debate sort of thing.
I'll tell you the other thing. Just remember this, because I might forget. Bring up the Whoopi Goldberg thing as well, because that's a crazy story.
Tell me about it.
Have you read that? Oh, okay. She's on The View, and she said that the incident, World War II, she said it had nothing to do with race. That the Germans tried to exterminate the Jews, and it weren't because
Jews aren't a race, so that kind of makes sense.
It's not true.
Jews are a religion. Jew.
But what they were trying to eradicate. Didn't matter the color of their skin. It didn't matter for her to say that.
Yeah,
you see what I mean? It's I don't. Yeah, it's just a very, very. That's too deep for this. Let's not get. I don't want to get.
No. It's not too deep.
No, it is. Let's go with the Joe Rogan. That's more fun.
I'm ready to talk about it, man. Bring it up.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want a headache.
There's nobody listening.
I don't want a headache.
There's nobody listening but Tara.
So
Whoopi Goldberg did what? What did she say?
Right, let's see. Oh, sugar.
I'll look it up.
Oh, she's been suspended for The View as well.
Really?
There you go. See? Suspended. Holocaust isn't about race. Now, the reason I say that she should be suspended and she should be cancelled, and I'm going to call for it, is because she should be fired and never hired again. Do you know why?
Well, I'm trying to find out. Please enlighten me.
Okay, no. Okay, sorry.
Because I haven't heard any of this stuff. I haven't heard any of this stuff.
Okay. The reason I say that she should be cancelled and all of that, and I wouldn't call for something like that normally. However, I used to love Whoopi Goldberg. Loved her my entire life growing up. Color Purple, great movie. Jumping Jack Flash, great movie. She's like a legend when I was growing up.
Oh, nothing
Ghost.
is too deep. That's what she said. And two is TOO, by the way, Tara. I'm just gonna call you out for that.
That we've got to remember that whenever someone says something too like sweet, sexy, we've got to do our pose. What was your one? The heart one.
Oh yeah.
Oh my. Yeah, we've got to. Yeah, we've got. That's got to be our. So when something like that happens, that's yeah. Right. So no, we just got to establish that, so we're ready for it. Right. No, Gina Carano got fired for her comments regarding race, and she'd done a meme or something about Jews or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Her entire career was wiped out. Now, if Whoopi Goldberg can do something similar on national TV, she should get the same treatment. That's how you can't have it one way for one way for another. That's just how I see it. And I used to love Whoopi. I mean, I still love Whoopi. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Do you know what I mean?
Jesus.
Basic. I'll read some of it to you if you want. I've got it here open in front of me.
Yeah. Can you bring it up? Can you bring it
up?
Oh
yeah. One sec. Yeah. Cool. Right. Share screen. Chrome tab. One momento.
Uno momento, por favor.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi is a good burger. Huh? I love my burgers like I like my metals gold.
Whoopi Goldberg. Right, that's cool. Right, so you can read that. Right, I'll read it. Shall I read it to you? Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. Since you know a little bit more about it than I do.
So that doesn't make a difference. When I make that larger, the window larger, does it change on there? Oh, it does, doesn't it? So if I make this, the text will get bigger. There you go. Right, cool. US talk show host and actor Whoopi Goldberg has been suspended for The View for 2 weeks for saying the Holocaust isn't about race on Monday's episode. A suspension from The View was announced in a statement released by US network ABC News on Tuesday night after Goldberg issued a public apology. Effective immediately, I'm suspending Whoopi Goldberg for 2 weeks for her wrong and hurtful comments. So basically, she's been getting a lot of backlash online from... Oh, here's exactly what she said.
Yeah, I want to know what she said.
Right. Let's be truthful. The Holocaust isn't about race. It's not. It's about man's inhumanity to man. That's what it's about. These are two groups of white people, she said on The View on Monday. That's not true because not all Jews are white. So that's rubbish. She continued, you're missing the point. Let's talk about it for what it really is. It's about how people treat each other. It's a problem. It doesn't matter if you're black or white, Jews, everybody eats each other. Okay.
I mean, I kind of.
Right, so,
I mean,
so
like,
with
that's not as bad as I thought it was. I thought she was gonna like.
No, I know, but my point is, for her to go and say something like that, why is it okay for her to do it? Gina Carano, let me bring that up. Let me find it. Gina Carano didn't say anything remotely as bad as that, bro, and her whole career's over. So why is that justified? That's what I'm saying. Like,
because she doesn't have as much tenure as Whoopi Goldberg does. You know, Whoopi Goldberg's been around for, forever.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
I know it doesn't matter. You know it doesn't matter.
Like,
people don't know it. Like, doesn't matter. You know, it's a popularity contest, man.
Wait a minute.
Now, when it comes to Whoopi Goldberg's statements on, that the Holocaust wasn't about racism and it was about man being disgusting to man, I mean, technically, Jews aren't a race. Am I out of place with that?
No, I wouldn't. Yeah, but when
it's a religion. It was an attack on a religion.
Yeah, no, but it depends. Yeah, but it depends how you look at it, because Hitler's statement was, "I want to wipe them off the face of the earth."
He treated them like a race, pretty much. Yeah.
So, like you said, everyone's going to sit on one side of the fence on this particular one. I've got Jew in my blood, so Jewish in my blood, and it's like I'm not really, to be honest, I'm not even that angry. I don't really care about it. Like with you, I think we should all be able to say whatever the heck we want. My issue is, and like I said, Gina Carano's life was destroyed as an actress because she said something half as bad as this. Right. And I know what you're saying.
What did she say? Did you find that?
That's what I was just trying to find. Gina because I don't like when I read Gina Carano's thing. I was like, well, I can see why people get mad, but I don't think it's that bad. Like, let me find it. Gina Carano. Let me see. Instagram. I'll have to try and find the. See Gina Carano post that's got her fired. Let's just see if I can find it.
I'm looking up.
Oh, here we go. Found it. I found it.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Oh, does that automatically? Yeah, it's there. You've just got to change the screen again, I think.
Oh, sorry. I was reading something else. I was reading about how.
I think it'll come up. I don't know.
Yeah. There you go.
Is that still the same one? No, that's still the Whoopi Goldberg one. So if I stop sharing that one, I have to reshare it again.
You have to reshare it. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
The thing that I was reading is that because I was curious about Judaism and like where it sits on religion and being an ethnic group, and it says right here, and a few articles that I've read, that Judaism is not only a religious community but an ethnic group that claims descent from a common ancestry. So I guess in that light, you could definitely say it was a race-driven thing. So
yeah. So yeah,
I think. Here.
But before we get into that with Gina, but what I'm saying is, before I read what she said, Jet, it's
okay.
It's that same thing. If it shouldn't matter if one person says one thing, one person says the other. If you fire one person, you have to fire the other. It shouldn't matter what your status is or what your stature is. If I go out in the street and if I run out in the street and start shouting the N-word and I get arrested for racial abuse, cool. If I don't know, flipping John Bon Jovi goes out in the street and does it, and then no one says anything, there's a problem. Like that's what I'm trying to get with this. But sorry, go to the thing and I'll read it. Okay. So basically, what Gina Carano posted, and she was fired from The Mandalorian for putting this up.
Right.
Jews were beaten in the streets, not by Nazi soldiers, but by their neighbors, even by children.
Yeah.
Because history is edited, most people today don't realize that to get to the point where Nazi soldiers could easily round up thousands of Jews, the government first made their own neighbors hate them simply for being Jews. How is that any different from hating someone for their political views? And she said this because everyone who backed Donald Trump during the last election was absolutely obliterated on social media just because they support him. The girl who's playing the West Side Story remake, something Ziegler, and she's in a new movie as well. Snow White, that girl, the Snow White girl.
Oh yeah.
Snow White, yeah, she came out and said if you support Donald Trump, regardless of what you are, you're automatically racist. So what Gina Carano said isn't actually a lie, because that's what she's saying. How is that any different from hating someone for their political views? And that's kind of what was happening.
Rachel Ziegler. Sorry, Rachel. Ziegler.
Yeah. So to me, honest with you, what she said is no different. All she was saying is that's what's happening in America. And I was watching it myself online, bruv. Like I was seeing people just old people, black, white, Chinese, anything. If they had like a Trump hat on, man, like they were getting the crap beaten out of them. And I'm like, what? What's going on? I thought you're supposed to be land of the free, man.
And yeah, it's how to dance around this. It's land of the free until you disagree with me. That's kind of how it is, you know. And
that's exactly it.
And it's subjective from person to person. You know, it's not. It's one person will sit there and listen to another party, and listen to them, hear what they have to say, derive their own opinion, and then share that opinion. Others are just waiting for you to stop talking so they can continue shoving what they want to say into your mouth or into your ears. That's kind of where we are here in the States, in my opinion, from my observation. The art of discussion is slipping away. I mean, you could
that's such a good comment.
Yeah.
You should use that for a video title, bro. No, seriously, that's the art for discussion is slipping away. That's a good one.
Yeah, well, I mean, that goes with the whole Joe Rogan versus Neil Young, or Neil Young versus Joe Rogan, rather, conversation, and which I'm almost getting exhausted talking about, but like, because I make these posts on Facebook where I discuss this, and everybody in the comments of my post do nothing but talk about the vaccine, the vaccine, the vaccine, the vaccine. I'm like, I'm not talking about the vaccine. That's not my goal. That's not my purpose. My entire integrity is to showcase what's wrong with stifling somebody having an open discussion with somebody else. That's
Yeah.
my point. You know,
Yeah.
so when a celebrity steps up and says, "No, I don't agree with what this person says," so that person shouldn't be allowed to speak. That's not right to me.
So with those two things I've said to you there, the Whoopi Goldberg thing, what she said, and the
Mhm.
Gina Carano one. As an American, because I'm just saying my view, like as an American, hearing both of those, do you see one as worse than the other? Do you see? I don't know. What do you think? Like in comparison, like or are they similar, or are they both?
I need to sit. Well, do they seem similar? I need to sit and like stew on the Whoopi Goldberg one because you just give me this information
Yeah,
10
yeah,
minutes
yeah, yeah.
ago.
Of course, yeah.
So like from what I read, from what you shared with us, and if you want to pull that back up, you're more than welcome to. I'll share it.
What the Whoopi Goldberg one?
Yeah, the Whoopi Goldberg one.
1 second.
But like the comments that I read, I think her biggest mistake, and which I would have probably commonly made, would be to say that, you know, the Holocaust wasn't a race issue. You know, because, and that, to me, that's a common mistake. You know, a lot of people look at Judaism as a religion and not an ethnic background. But as I just read, you know, a lot of Jews, you know, consider themselves an ethnicity because their ancestry comes from one place. You know, so I could see that being a varying, a common mistake to happen. I just don't know if what she said was dangerous. I don't know. Besides that, I don't see what she said to be dangerous.
Yeah, but what I mean is the way I look at it. That's why I'm saying the way I look at it. In a similar comparison, it's about the same subject. You've got one person saying these people weren't a race. Cool. So some people are going to agree, some people are going to disagree. Then you've got another person saying it's no different if you're voting for this political party, because if you don't do it, as you said, everyone's going to attack you. So to be honest with you, that's what I'm saying. Then there's not really. They're just in my opinion, none of them should really be a problem. Like,
yeah,
you should be able to have the open conversation. If people don't like it, that's fine. That's fine. That's cool. Like, I could see why both people, like on both sides, would get upset. I can see why. But
well,
you shouldn't
also
not be allowed to have the conversation, is what I'm saying. You should be still out to have the conversation. Once that's gone, that's where the problem begins.
So
I don't think any of them should be cancelled.
Do you think it's wrong that Whoopi Goldberg got pulled from her show, or at least suspended for 2 weeks because of her statements on the Holocaust? Or do you think
I'm in two minds. Right, in a fair mind, being realistically, I don't think it's right, because I don't think it's right if I'm being a fair person, because everyone's entitled to their opinion and people should be able to openly discuss these things. However, the way society is going, if someone else is being cancelled for something that's, in my opinion, that's a similar sort of thing, talking about the same subject, they're both going to offend people.
Sorry.
They're both going to offend people. Both subjects are going to offend people. Why does one get cancelled and the other one not? That's my point.
That's because of the people that hired them. One got canceled because he was working for Disney. Then it comes down to company policy as opposed to, you know, an American issue. You know, Disney doesn't want any sort of, you know, they might even have it in their contract. If you get too political, guess what? You're out. The mouse is going to kick your ass out of your job.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, but The View is about hot topic issues, you know, so I would be even more concerned of why Whoopi Goldberg would be suspended for saying what she thought was right. And I got it right here. If you could scroll what she said, I don't see what she said to be, you know, offensive, maybe ignorant, maybe she, you know, unwise to, you know, Judaism being an ethnic background, but that's a common mistake. That's not a persecute or, you know, put on sabbatical sort of mistake, I don't think. But again, I need time to sit on it. I just heard about this.
It's crazy, man. But that's what I mean. It's. I just think it's a lot of these sort of things. It's selective cancelling. That's the problem I have with it. Or I personally, I don't really care. Like, to be honest with you, I don't watch that show. It's only because I see a news article and I thought, oh look, I'll bring it up. I mean, personally, like you, I watch stuff that's probably a lot more darker in tone in terms of comedy and news. Like, you know what I mean? I'm a man. I like watching crazy stuff and blokes talking Joe Rogan, loud mouths and all of that. That's kind of what I enjoy. It's what I enjoy. That's what I enjoy watching. So I think everyone is, as long as whatever you're saying isn't to go out and influence and cause, like I said with the Joe Rogan thing the other week, as long as you're not standing there and going, you should go out and do this, and it gets people killed or whatever, as long as you're not doing that, I think anything should be allowed to be said, and you should be able to have a civil discussion about it. But once you step that mark of, I should go and do this, go and do that, and then it changes and it influences people like that, then
exactly. That's been my entire point. Exactly, when it comes to the Joe Rogan versus Neil Young debate, and I put versus, just to keep my title short, but it's really just Neil Young coming out and telling this man, I don't like what you said.
You know what?
Get rid of him.
Just mad, bro. There's more people as well, like proper big names. Who was it? Oh damn it! It weren't like the Rolling Stones, but it was like that status of, like classic rock stars and stuff. So there was a few more people that have come out and said we want our stuff removed from that platform as well.
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was.
Of course. There's a bandwagon, and this is the one thing that also piques my interest is, where were these people 2 weeks ago? Two weeks ago, if you didn't like what somebody said on their show, you didn't listen to the show. But now all of a sudden, it's Joe Rogan's responsibility to take care of morons. And I'm using morons as a blanket term, but when you say people are dying from misinformation, I get a little lost in this, because where does the responsibility lie? Does the responsibility lie in the person asking the questions, or the person giving the answers, or the people listening to it? Where does the responsibility lie? And let me finish. I made a comment about this. I made a comment about this in one of the posts where I said the responsibility shouldn't lie with the person asking questions. We need more people to ask questions. That is very important. I mean, you have these kids out here eating Tide Pods. We don't cancel the Tide company, because of these kids going out there and making these mistakes. It's an ignorant choice. I'm trying to watch what I say without getting weird.
No, I know, but it's crazy. But this is what I'm saying. I just typed in Spotify. Actress Sharon Stone has said she cancels her Spotify because Joe Rogan's behavior is increasingly dangerous. No, it ain't. Like, I think again it comes to you, but I think it comes down. This isn't really like you've just said. It's not really about Joe Rogan and Neil Young. It's not really about them. It's about what side of the fence you sit.
Yeah, it is. And Anthony Ant-Man Schaefer, Ant-Man, how you doing, buddy? Ant-Man, he runs a internet news show here in Columbus. Some of the info Joe spouts off is crazy. Crazy gets you views, and people follow Joe for his commentary regardless of what is wrong, false, or otherwise.
I agree with that. I think he spouts off crazy stuff, but people, like you've just said, and we said the other day, I don't watch Joe Rogan to know about NASA. I don't watch Joe Rogan to find out about sex education and sexually transmitted disease and how they work. Like, I watch Joe Rogan, like what we're doing, talking nonsense just about life,
sharing opinions, open discussions. I don't necessarily agree with what Joe Rogan has to say. Again, I made this comment earlier on one of my posts that his view on body image, and I just find appalling. Like he constantly insults, overweight people, says we're just watching people die.
Things like that. There's another fella I like as well, like was like that. I forgot his name now. another American comedian,
Okay,
and he was
perfect. Right
like,
here,
"Oh,
right here. Anthony Ant-Man Schaefer says, I used to watch Joe, but man, some of the stuff just baffles me. So what did you do, Ant-Man? Did you stop watching it? Did you turn it off? That's what I'm saying. Like, if you don't like what he says, turn off the show. Turn
yeah,
it off. You don't like what I'm saying, turn
yeah,
off the show. Unsubscribe to my channel. I
yeah,
don't care. You know,
yeah,
that's my main point. If you don't like it, turn it off. It is not the responsibility of the person asking questions to adhere to what you believe.
yeah." I agree with
He's
that.
asking questions. Now, are they triggering conversations? Absolutely. Did Joe Rogan come out and make an apology and say, "Hey, maybe I need to do a better job of putting, opposing views more closer together in my podcast, because that's something I'm learning and I'm growing." To me, that's an acceptable apology. That's somebody who looks back and goes, "Oh shit, I
Mm.
kind of forgot I have this big of a responsibility." It still amazes me. Listen, I'm not 100% on Joe Rogan's side on a lot of things he says, but I do appreciate when somebody looks back at themselves and goes, "Oh, you know what? I can do better." And I
Do you know? Do
respect
you know?
that.
One of the reasons I stick up for Joe Rogan is, again, it's not like I'm a massive fan, but like I'll watch the show, but it's more like on like YouTube, like the compilation things and the 10-minute breakdowns of like the 2 hour show, and it will just show like the hot parts of it or whatever. That's the sort of stuff of his I watch. And like I don't hate the guy. I'm not gonna go make Joe themes. Um the reason I back him is because, to my knowledge, he hasn't said nothing. Like we said, he hasn't gone across the line and said, go and do this, go and do that. He's just
Right.
on there, and people don't like what the person's saying. Well, then, like you've just said, don't
Turn it off.
watch it. So to me, I'll back anyone. Even like I'm the opposite to a liberal. I really am. And if someone, even a liberal person, if they were to say certain things, even though I'm not on their political stance, I wouldn't want someone to
Sorry,
stop
didn't mean
them
to do
from
that.
being able to. I wouldn't want to stop them from being able to talk unless they've done something that could be harmful to people. And what he's done, in my opinion, yeah, he says some crazy stuff, but Christ, who don't? Like,
Yeah.
especially in the mainstream media. I mean, look, again, we're just talking about Whoopi Goldberg, who don't say crazy stuff. She just does, and that's like, if he kicks a puppy, I'm going to unsubscribe. Exactly, he ain't going to do that.
Right. But and Ant-Man also said, I just can't follow someone because the sheeps do. Absolutely. And Ramon, to your point, you
Yeah,
said, like Joe Rogan's not out there telling people, do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. He's not doing that. But that's the part I have a problem with when it comes to Neil Young, because he is doing that. He's giving
do
them
it or else. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
he's
true.
giving an
Yeah, do
ultimatum.
it or else.
I'm taking
Like,
my
what's that
stuff off
about,
the
bro?
Spotify if you don't put Joe Rogan, if you don't take Joe Rogan off. It's like, sorry, man. Spotify paid $100 million to have Joe Rogan on there. See you later, Neil. Like, they're not going to get rid of him.
That's the kind of thing you would expect. Do you know what's funny? The way he's talking like that, that's the kind of thing you would expect for someone. Like if he was at Atlantic Records or something 80 years ago and someone else joined the label and he didn't like the way the person on the label was behaving, so he wants him kicked off. He's talking about Spotify like it's still like that, and it
yeah,
isn't. It's not like that. This is a
right.
completely different world. He doesn't have that say. He doesn't have that I wouldn't say pull power, but he doesn't have that, that push behind something like that. I think it's a bit bizarre.
No, it is bizarre.
But
And
but
if you want to go down that rabbit hole just a little bit more, I can only share this from my Facebook, so I'll just do that. Um,
mm,
but it says here on January 6, 2021, Neil Young sold half of his catalog to Merck, I can't say that last name, Hypnosis
yep.
Song Management Company. Later, you hear Hypnosis merged with Blackstone in a $1 billion deal. However, just a month before the merger, Blackstone announced that they appointed Pfizer's former chairman, CEO, Jeffrey Kindler, as the company's senior advisor. Interesting, link below. I would click the link. I've read the link. It's a bit it's got its own narrative. The words they use I'm not too happy with. It's just it's
Mm,
obviously very one-sided, but they do have facts to back up what they're saying. But I'm not going to click it here because it makes, when I click on this, it kind of lags the stream a little bit for some reason because it's so weird. But of like integrity, I don't know what is. You know what I mean? Like
I know.
that just happens to come out. Like, do we not connect
It's,
dots here? I don't know. my goal, my purpose of even making this a topic has never been, not once, about the vaccine, about getting it or not getting it.
Yeah, exactly. It's nothing to do with that.
Has
Exactly.
nothing to do with it. It's about
Yeah.
stifling somebody. And another comment that I made in that thread that I just showed you was, Joe Rogan's on a witch hunt. And what do we know about people who hunt witches? They are misinformed rich people with a narrative. That's what they are.
You know what I don't like as well? I know this is going to sound a bit mean and mean-spirited.
Go ahead. I'm going to put up some of Anthony's stuff here because he's on a whole rant here. I want to. So go ahead. I'm just going to bring his stuff up so the audience can read it as well.
Oh no, go for that. That's more important, man. Go on.
Okay. Let's see. On another point, I don't have the money that Joe does for all these tests and meds and everything he has access to because he is who he is. Yeah, tell me about it, man. His testimony is null and void for me because I'm guessing his is Neil Young. That's what I'm guessing you're talking about. Because for me, if I had money like him, I wouldn't get that sick. Oh, he's talking about Joe. I wouldn't get sick either or spend money for. Okay. The best docs, etc. Okay. Well, hold on. His testimony is no. Hold on. Let me dive into this a little bit more.
His testimony
is null. He's talking about Joe Rogan. Okay, his testimony is null and void for me because if I had money like him, I wouldn't get that sick either, or I could spend money for. Okay, that's number one. That's a problem with our healthcare. that's a problem with our healthcare.
Oh, you don't. Yeah, you don't. Do you know what's crazy? Yeah, I know you know this, but I just want to talk about it. Just to see how it would probably sound mad to you. So say right now I got a flipping hammer and I smashed my hand with it just because I like speaking like that. But let's just say I got a hammer and I just crumbled my hand into pieces. I could just walk into a hospital. It won't cost me nothing to get it fixed. I'll just go in there, sit there for 3 or 4 hours. The NHS, National Health Service, they would, that's what we've got here. So that, whereas over there, something like that, again, if you've had an accident now, you have to go in and pay, right? Straight away.
Oh, God, it's ridiculous to think that we wouldn't have to pay. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean...
That's what I'm saying. That's one thing I'd say I'm proud of.
Yeah, the healthcare system here is just atrocious. I mean, it's you can go in and have let's say, man, I'm having stomach pain, it's lasted for 6 days, I really need to go get myself checked out, I don't have the money, so I wait 2 weeks, oh my God, I still have stomach pains, I really need to go get myself checked out. You go to the hospital, you get yourself checked out, doctor says, oh, it's just a gas, it's just gas, stop eating this in your diet, here's a bill for 10 grand for the MRI and the stuff that we used. That's kind of where we're at.
Nah, mate, ain't like that here at all.
No, yeah, man, you're right. If you got money and a blank check, you could rule the world. That's absolutely true. But at the same time, when it comes to when Joe Rogan, when he got COVID and he fought it in a very, he didn't use the vaccine, he used supplements, and that worm whatever bullshit that people keep saying it's a dewormer or whatever, but it's used for other things. And he got healthy within just a few days. Nobody, why is that being ignored? Why is the fact that he got healthy he was back working out 5 days later? Why is that being ignored? He went this other route and he bounced back super fast, and he's being called out for being, for spreading misinformation. It's a weird narrative, man. It goes back to the whole concept.
Yeah, but it's bizarre. Yeah, but it's bizarre because if say for example, I got COVID and you're like, "Oh, have the vaccine," and I'm like, "No, I'm not going to have it, but I'm going to go in my garden and I'm going to cut off some tree bark and I'm going to eat it because it's going to get me better." And you go, "You're mad." No, I'm going to go and eat some tree bark. Well, why? And we'll say because it can get me better. And I go out there, cut it off, and I eat it. You're going to go, "Well, you're mad." And then 2 days later, I'm like, "I'm better now." Well. If I'm better now, I'm better. And that's all that matters, right? Surely that's all that matters.
Yeah.
That should be all that matters. Nothing else. It doesn't matter what you do or how you do it.
But everyone will focus on the fact that you just ate tree bark and not the fact that you're better. Yeah.
It's just it's a crazy world we live in, man.
It is crazy, but now that you brought that up, it made me think about
eating
Like
trees.
that's what people did. Like before modern
Yeah.
medicine, we just randomly ate shit and see if it made us better or killed us.
That would be me.
Say, oh
That would be me.
well, Dan just died from eating that berry. We probably shouldn't eat those berries.
Yeah. Did you ever
Oh,
see,
man.
kind of topic, do you ever see that movie about that fella that died with the berries? He Emil, is it Emil Hirsch, the actor? And it was about a young kid who left university or whatever, and he just says, "Oh, I want to go travel or live in the." It's called in the. I think it's called In the Wilderness or something. And he goes and he finds a bus in the middle of nowhere, a burnt out bus, and he lives there, lives off the land and stuff like that. And he has wild berries and gets really, really sick, and he can't travel because he's in the middle of nowhere, and he died there. But the film is amazing, and that's what you just said about the berries. Prime example. It's still, people still do it. People still go out there and do crazy stuff. You know, it's the world we live in, man.
There's like, have you ever seen that show Naked and Afraid?
No.
Okay,
but that's normally me every night when I take my clothes off, mate. That's a good one, wasn't it? That's a good one.
So there's a show called Naked and Afraid, and they take these two people, they literally strip them down to nothing and throw them in some weird, just wilderness.
They throw them in a dungeon with lions and say, "Go."
Pretty much, man. They literally, they'll take them out to the fucking Amazon jungle and say, "Okay, good luck." And like they have to stay out there for like 30 days or whatever. They have like a machete and like a pot.
Give that a go.
Well, you say that, people say that, and then like, episode 2, these people are being eaten up by mosquitoes and want to kill themselves. But anyway, my point is like when you're hungry and I'm not supposed to eat this fucking mushroom, but man, I haven't had food in 15 days. I'm going to eat this fucking mushroom. It's amazing. People still make those mistakes.
Yeah. And it's good as well. Like you see all these programs,
right,
these guys who live.
Naked and Afraid is crazy. I'd tap out. Yeah.
I'll have to check that out.
I like to think I wouldn't. I'm like me, my fat ass sitting on my chair eating my, mayonnaise sandwiches, watching TV going, oh, I could have lasted longer than that. Like whatever.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. This is what's mad, because then some dude will be like, oh, why'd you leave? Oh, I couldn't hack it. You know that tree bark. You could have eaten that tree bark that you were sleeping under. That tree bark that would have given you nourishment. It wouldn't have killed you. Someone, do you know what I'm saying? Or there's, these particular holes, and if you dig down a meter, you'll find all this water. Like there's these people out there that live like that, and it's bizarre. And I envy that. I do. I envy that. There's even a fella that I watch he's on YouTube, got a YouTube channel, one of my favorite YouTube channels, and Canadian guy. And he was in a high-paid job. He's probably 55, 60. He just said, sold his business, and he went out and built a cabin in the woods. And he lives off the land with his wife.
His first mistake there.
Why? Having a wife? Oh, no. Nah, it's cool, man. And before you read that, this fella, he lives in the woods, and
we'll get back to your comment.
I watch it all the time, bro. Anthony. Yeah, I watch it all the I watch this fella all the time because I'm just fascinated by it. Like I always have been, that sort of living off the land and stuff like that.
Yeah, it seems appeling. It really does. And you probably could get away with it. You probably could get away with it over there in the UK. Here in America, they'll hunt your ass down and tax you. Like you're not allowed to collect rainwater. If you go off the grid, if you go off the grid and like create your own power, they'll come in and take it down, or they'll find some reason to build through your property. It's absolutely insane what they'll do here. I want to get back to Anthony's
go ahead,
comment. No, don't apologize. We'll figure this out. It's crazy to me that the words misinformation are so big nowadays when it's a big thing since before 9/11. Yeah. Well, misinformation is just a blanket term for making you sound guilty or wrong for what you said because I disagree with you. I disagree with what Ramon says. Ramon says that the movie Malignant was terrible. That's misinformation. That's absolute misinformation. That movie was
a crap movie.
Yeah, misinformation.
That's one of the worst. Do you know what? That's one of the worst films. When I was trying to say to you about watching it, good one. Good timing. You set me up there. You set me up there. You hairy back biker bastard.
Sorry, I'm just having fun with my new sound bites. What?
I was trying to actually
Say
think
what?
when I was watching that movie, I was trying to think of a movie as bad as that when I was watching it, and I couldn't think of one.
Well,
I thought it was terrible, mate.
You get my point. My point is, if I disagree with you about that movie, I can look at you and say, well, that's misinformation. He's not looking at the movie correctly. He's failing to see its creative side and how James Wan tried to take a different take with horror, and that's what we need. You're wrong, Ramon. You're wrong. This is misinformation. It's misinformation. It's just a blanket term for I'm right, you're wrong, and now I made you look bad for saying
that was a bad movie, though. You know, that was such a bad movie.
Canceled.
That was such a bad. That was. Do you know what? That was such a bad movie. That was such a bad movie.
I'm film
I can't
triggered.
believe, you know. Oh my god! I'll tell you one thing though. The reaction video I've done for it's going to be hilarious because I'm laughing all the way through it. Like I'm proper laughing all the way, and I was pausing. Right. Right. Let's explain. This is genuine for a second. Let's be just for a second, right? So there's a scene in the movie without giving away spoilers and that. So, there's a wife.
This is for Malignant, right? You're talking about Malignant.
Right, yeah. I think she's in hospital and she's in a coma.
Right.
And the cop has seen what's happened to this person he's seen the incident beforehand. And it's the woman who falls through the ceiling and she's in a coma, right? So he's seen her fall through the ceiling, hit the ground, out cold, like, right? He walks into the hospital, the geezer, and goes up to the woman in the coma and goes, "Nurse, when can we speak to her?" And the nurse is like, she goes, "When can we speak to her?" And the nurse says, "Oh, she's in a coma." Well, yeah. Like
she just fell through the fucking roof.
It's like one of the worst scripted scenes I've ever seen in a movie. It's like watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre and seeing someone and their bodies everywhere, and then someone walks in and goes, "Is he dead?" Of course he's dead.
It's like Boondock Saints when they shoot the cat. Do you think it's still alive, or whatever he says in that movie?
Yeah, it's like, honestly, in the video I've done, I literally paused it and I had to run that back because I was like, "There's no way someone wrote this script and said, yeah, that's a good idea. That's good lines. Leave that in." No. I think it started off really well, and I like James Wan, but I just no, that's on my list. Someone told me about that movie.
I haven't heard of it.
That's the one that's it's not cyberpunk. It's like I suppose it's body horror image. That's the one they told me that was their like movie of the year last year. So that's on my to watch list.
Okay. I've got it right here. I'm not going to play
looks
the
a bit
audio.
crazy.
I'm not going to play the audio because YouTube or somebody will take me down. I won't even play the clip too long, but this is kind of the trailer for it. Is it any good? Have you seen it, Ant-Man?
No. It's been on my list. That's on.
I'm asking Ant-Man, the person who asked.
Oh, sorry.
If he's seen it. I better take that down before YouTube's like, "Hey, fuck you. Give us money."
Yeah, so there's a few movies, though. Again, it comes down to sort of taste. Oh my God. And wait a minute. You're going to bring up what I think you're going to bring up.
Ant-Man says, "I have. It's cool. What do you think I'm going to bring up? Can you read the comments? Are you reading the comments?"
I'm reading that there. Yeah, cool.
You're
not all the others. No, I can't see the others. That's exactly what I was going to bring up. It's funny, isn't it? It's like we're all fucking synced up or something, man. Like we're iPhones and we're all linked together or something. That's exactly what I was going to bring up. Right, there's a couple of things. Number one, when he turns up, Leatherface. Well, no, that's three things. When Leatherface first turns up, I cringed. Like I shouldn't even use that word, but I was embarrassed. Mate.
Like when he peeks out of the field,
right?
He's like,
what was? Whose idea was that? And the thing is, the whole thing.
What's he doing out there? What do you think he's doing
I don't know. He's just waiting for someone. Right? It's that. The worst thing about that shot, though, is the
Ramon,
part just.
tell Ant-Man your thoughts on that. I have to run. I have to pee really bad. So tell Ant-Man your thoughts on that. I'll be right back in like 2 seconds. All right.
The part, yeah, go ahead. So when the girl pulls up with the van, right? She gets out the van. Obviously, you've seen it, and it shows that scene with, I don't know, is it like a poppy field or something, or a cornfield or something like that? And he just pops up. I'm like, what is this? What is this? And you could tell it looks green screened as well, because it doesn't look cut out properly. You don't look cut out properly. And I'm not even saying it's just a hate on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like, honestly, I'm such a huge fan of the original. The second one in '86 with what was his name? Bill Moseley, and he plays Chop Top with the metal plate in his head. Love that film. Love that film. It's crazy, but I love it. I think Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3 is a bit of a mess. I thought that's got Matthew McConaughey Part 3. Then you've got the remake with Jessica Biel, which I think is still good as well. So yeah, it does seem played out for sure. I'm looking forward to it, but I do have concerns about it, and especially that scene in the bus. I know you've got to modernize things. Come at me, bro. You'll be cancelled. Like, bro.
Yeah. But
there's certain things in it. There's certain things in it, like all the blood and gore and that. Yeah, it's going to look amazing. It's going to be gory and all of that. But
you know what,
just
Ramon,
like
hold on, Ramon. I know this movie like means the world to you. Like it's the everything. Oh, here we go. We're gonna eat chips live on air.
Okay. Sorry. Sorry.
What do you call those videos where people like eat like really loudly into a microphone? What is that called?
Well, I won't.
I don't like that noise. Ant-Man says either gonna be real good or it's gonna tank. Ramon is in the tank. Ramon is in the tank field. I'm middle of the road, but you know what? Maybe this movie can do what we need it to do, and that's for the sake of horror. Maybe it can bring us back, even though it's Leatherface, but bring us back to like the Jason Voorhees days, where like he just comes and just fucks shit up, you know, and they can rebirth Leatherface into this sort of character where he's not just stuck at this house, but he goes out into the city, you know, fucking Leatherface in Manhattan. Let's do it. Let's bring back this 80s style slasher horror, and maybe Leatherface can be the catalyst in which that rebirths. That's just
I think the worry is that it's not really anything that we've not seen before in the franchise. I don't understand why there's going to be a bunch of kids just turning up in a town that's completely burnt out for no reason whatsoever. Because if a town's completely burnt out, that means it's done like that for a reason. Oh, is it because there's crazy families and everything that live around here chopping up people? So why haven't the police investigated any of it? There's too many questions going into it, but I know none of that's going to be answered. It just doesn't matter. So it's going to have the mindset like the Mortal Kombat movie. It's going to have the same mindset.
See, I disagree with you.
It doesn't matter.
I disagree with you just because I have faith in Fede Alvarez, who wrote this screenplay. Fede Alvarez,
right, bro.
Fede Alvarez did the Evil Dead remake, and that to me is not only a very complicated story that he just rebirthed so freaking well. You know, it wasn't just a copy and paste movie thing. You know, he created a new identity out of this old franchise, and he did an amazing job. Are you hiding behind the mic?
Yeah.
you look like you look like Leatherface right now.
Yeah. Peekaboo. That's what threw me, bro. That's what threw me. As soon as I saw that, peekaboo, and you could tell it looks like a green screen, and I was like, why would you leave? Bro, you pointed it out, and we've not even discussed it, right? For you to point that out, me to think the same thing, that says automatically that shouldn't be in there. That's a shot that was, when it was being made, you would have looked at that and gone, oh, that's a bit bad, isn't it?
There's another side. There's another side to it, man. Here we are talking about it.
Yeah, I know.
Here we are talking about it. Let's see. Ant-Man says, let's do House of a Thousand Corpses again while we're at it. PBS can do the creating. Oh, PBS do their version of House of a Thousand Corpses? That's
Oh, House of Thousand Corpses is beautiful, man. That's such
well,
a glorious
all that
movie. Do you know
would be
something?
like that'd probably just be a documentary of one of the executives who run PBS. To be honest with you,
Can I just have like a really like cheesy moment, right? I've got to just say, Sid Hagen, who played Captain Spaulding,
yeah,
when I first watched House of a Thousand Corpses, I only watched it because of Rob Zombie. I loved White Zombie when I was a kid, and growing up, I always liked him. That movie came out. I didn't even know what it was. I bought it on DVD simply because it was him. I got home and I was like, "What the heck did I just watch? What was this?" And then I just like, I've got to see more of these people. I've got to see more of these characters. I have no idea what half of it was about. Dr. Satan turns up. He's this dude in a dungeon and he's got these other dudes in big metal outfits and stuff. I have no idea, but I just love the movie. And I loved Baby Firefly, which is his missus who played the part. I loved Sid Haig and I loved Bill Moseley. I
yeah.
just,
Well, you can
it's
still
just,
love Bill Moseley. He's still around.
yeah, but no, but
But you
like
mean in that
Sorry,
performance, yeah.
Sid Haig as Captain
Oh,
Spaulding
okay, that's what you're talking about. The
is
new Evil Dead. Sorry, he asked me a question. I couldn't figure out what he was talking about. New Evil Dead. It's just called Evil Dead 2013. Look it up. It's freaking phenomenal. To me, it is the best
no, it's still a good
slasher
film.
I've
It's a
ever
good film.
seen. Like it like, or let me rephrase that. The
Whoa,
bloodiest
whoa, whoa,
slasher. Let me
whoa,
rephrase. The
whoa.
bloodiest slasher I've ever seen. The bloodiest
It
slasher I've
still
ever
is a good
seen, and
film.
it's
I
a
didn't, I
great
didn't,
movie, and it's
I
completely,
didn't.
totally different from the original Evil Dead. If you
Yes,
love the original series and you're expecting a remake of that, you're not going to get it. But it
it's not
does
gonna.
have Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell backing it as producers, and Bruce Campbell even makes a post credits cameo, which you should wait for. Um, but yeah, it's a great adaptation of the Evil Dead series. Just look up Evil Dead 2013, Ant-Man. That's what it is.
Like
Sorry,
you was
Ramon.
going on about that when we first started like doing stuff together, and I was like, I weren't a big fan of it. I watched it again, and it's not as bad as I first thought. I quite like it now, but again, because I like the original so much, I found it hard to. But it's still it for what it is for its own thing. It's still a good movie. It is a
Yeah.
good movie. Um,
Yeah,
and
I
I'm
need to
surprised that
rewatch *Malignant* again because I never rewatched it. I'm not sure how I'll sit on its rewatchability. I might watch it again and think the movie's rubbish. I have no
I
idea.
can't. I can't. I think I just expected too much from it. But
I think I
where
just
was I?
enjoyed it because it was so different. Like I like The Conjuring and all that stuff. I hate those movies. I do not. The only one I liked
Oh, I
was
love all that, bro.
Insidious. That was the only one I enjoyed.
Insidious was good,
You
yeah.
know, but
Oh, I love all that.
the rest of them, I don't like. I don't like. I'm not huge into scary movies and thrillers that the things that are thrilling you in there don't really have much of a purpose. It doesn't seem like I'm just going to turn into a monster and climb up a wall and then disappear because that's scary. You know, like I don't like that sort of thing. I like my monsters to have integrity, if you will. There's a reason why they're climbing up a wall and chasing after you, and there's a reason why they can't get to you and they don't just stop because that's the scariest thing they could do at the moment. That's my biggest issue with
Yeah,
those
that's
movies.
fair. That's yeah, but that goes to sort of all genre of horror. That's why I think we struggle to get all
Aunt
types
Mary,
of good,
it's called The Evil Dead. Evil Dead, not Living Dead. Living Dead is a completely different movie. Evil
Return
Dead
of the Living Dead 3. That changed my life, bro.
3. I haven't seen 3.
Bro, oh,
Wait, is 3 the comedy?
oh. No, Return of the Living Dead 3 is the one with Julie, the zombie girl.
Okay, 2 is the comedy, right? Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the comedy. Yeah, that movie's
Return
fucking
of the
nuts,
Living
man.
Dead 3. Return of the Living Dead 3 is I mean it's very low budget, and it's kind of a Romeo and Juliet story of a girl who's turning into a zombie and the boyfriend can't let her go. It's really, really stupid. But oh mate, as a kid, as a sort of 12, 13 years old, that was like that was like one of the introductions, that Freddy and Jason, but Return of the Living Dead 3, oh my god, amazing. And the Nightbreed is another one as well. Have we spoken about that before?
I haven't even heard of that.
Oh, bro.
The Night Breeders? Is that what you said?
No, the Nightbreed. Oh my god.
Nightbreed. Okay.
Nightbreed. Clive Barker's Nightbreed, starring Craig Sheffer, who was in. I've got to try and remember what else he's been in. He plays Aaron Boone. Shuna Sassy is the Porcupine Girl. Lylesburg is the leader of the Nightbreed. Basically, all it is is a guy's been set up to be a serial killer, and as he escapes the police and everything else, he stumbles upon a grave, a big, not a grave, a cemetery, and under it is Midian, and Midian is where the monsters live, and he dreams of these monsters, and he basically becomes one of them. I can't really go into it too much, but it's very dated, but the Nightbreed is such a, it's just a it's magic.
We need a good like dated horror movie watch party night.
Right, Living Dead 3 is the girl who got a ton of, Julie, that's right, the girl with all the piercings. So basically what happens is when she's being bitten by the zombie, to control her first, she starts cutting herself, and then she starts putting all metal and all spikes in her face. And me as a 12, 13-year-old boy, I was like, yeah. So I kind of had a crush on her, and I still have, to be honest.
Mary Jane Landrum, which is my Aunt Mary. Hi, Aunt Mary. Oh, my bad. Evil Dead. I'm a horrified. I'm guessing a horror junkie. She means I'm a horror junkie. How come you said you weren't? You weren't. Says the guy who. Okay, I didn't say I wasn't a horror junkie. I never said that.
You love her. Yeah, you love Freddy Krueger.
Oh, I love Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah. Absolutely. That's a very well known thing. Very well known thing. As a matter of fact, if I just slightly turn my camera, I'm not going to do it, but I'll just grab it off the wall. I got my Freddy Krueger fedora here, hanging on the wall back here.
Nice.
I also have my Elm Street poster. You guys can't see it; it's out of frame. I also have another Elm Street poster behind that big glowing thing back there. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
So I show you.
Oh, Ant-Man, you want to join the watch party? You want to do a watch party? Okay, we can do a watch party. Now I know Ant-Man's all set up with video. You want to talk about a guy who has a setup? Ant-Man has the multiple camera the studio to do a watch party with. Hold on one second. I gotta fix my hair. There we go.
Use my good hand, my little hand.
I don't know what you said, but I heard you say it. I just heard the tone, and I know you're full of shit.
That's the girl from Return of the Living Dead. Have a look at that picture. That's her.
Oh yeah, look at that. She's a glassy lady.
Oh, I fell so in love with her, man. I fell so in love with her.
Ooh, Aaron White. What's up, Aaron? Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors turns 35 on February 27th.
Is that a hint?
A
hint.
Didn't I already do Dream Warrior? Aaron, did I do a live watch party of the original or Dream Warriors with Durbin? I can't remember. But February 27th, Nightmare on Elm Street 3 came out in February?
That's a bit of a strange one, isn't it?
Right. Weird. Yeah, see, okay, that's what I thought. I did Dream Warriors with we can do it again. Absolutely. Hey Ramon, can you look up? Oh wait, I'm clicking the wrong one. Sorry. So many comments. Look her up and see what she's doing these days. That actress from that movie.
Yeah, I already have Mindy Clark. I look up her all the time, and I've got her on Instagram.
Yeah, she's already in the back. She's already the background for his laptop. Yeah.
Oh mate,
nothing was scary after Freddy.
Mate, you wanted to see my ex naked.
Oh shit.
I was going to say my mum.
Well, yeah. Your mom's gonna chase after you with a fucking umbrella.
I know.
Especially like older folks like myself, who grew up with Freddy Krueger. That shit was just. I'm not even going to go into my Freddy Krueger story, but it's insane.
Nothing was scary after Freddy. I don't know about that. I think.
Yeah. You got to think about nostalgia. He's talking about nostalgia. Like when you first get introduced to Freddy Krueger at a certain age, nothing can top that fear. Yes, there's scarier movies, but nothing can top that fear when you're 5
'Cause it's
years
the
old
first one,
or
and
8
it's
years
yeah,
old
yeah,
or
yeah,
10 years
yeah.
old watching Freddy Krueger for the first time in the dark with your buddies or by yourself or whatever. Nothing will ever
If you're
top that.
with your 2 buddies under the covers together, pants off.
Well, however you guys do it in the UK, man, that's none of my business. But yes, February out of all months. Yeah, I know. What a weird time for Nightmare on Elm Street to come out. Um, sorry, my bad again. I want to join the watch party though. Well, you join it just like we're doing, like right here, with all the comments and stuff. Let's
What was you
see.
saying just now? The oh yeah, so mine was I've spoken about it before, but I'll go into it again anyway because these people have heard the boring
Ant-Man
story
asks,
that I'm going to tell you.
Ant-Man asks,
Have I seen
have I met Robert
met Robert
Englund
Englund?
before? No, I never
I haven't.
met Robert Englund personally, but we had a Comic-Con here in Ohio, and Jeremy D. Moore, who owns Zombie Tap Dance Magazine, ZTP Mag, he gave me a press pass to do behind the scenes stuff at the Comic-Con, and I was able to do like sit right in front row when Robert
And
Englund
look at
came out
his
on stage. Oh
shoes.
my god, dude, I was such a fanboy. Such a fanboy.
Yeah, but I would be.
And
I would
shout
be
out
as
to
well.
Jeremy D. Moore for hooking me up with that. The pictures I took, they're in the mail. So anyway,
Yeah,
I
but
just
I'd be
missed
as
him
well,
at
man.
Horror
He's
Comic
someone
Con
like
in
that. Do you know what I
Cleveland.
mean?
Yeah, but that was pre-pandemic. Yeah, this was when I met when I saw Robert Englund. This was like 5-6 years ago. I was still with somebody that you, an ex that you know, Ant-Man. I'm not gonna name names anyway. Aaron White. On Film Trigger, will you continue your review series since you left off at number 3? Yes, that is
He's
the
on the
curse
go-to.
over my head,
Well said.
hanging over
Well said.
hanging over me like an
Yeah, I
old
think it's
dead
a
goose.
bit lazy, isn't it? It's a bit
Oh.
lazy. You know when you start you know them people that start things and don't finish them like that. Normally, I have it done in 2.
Okay,
no, maybe
Aaron,
about
which one do you want? Which one do you want more? Do you want Karate Kid 4
number 4.
or or do you want Nightmare on Elm Street 4? Which one do you want more? I'll do
Both.
that one
Both.
next.
No, both, because you've got a channel and you've got no excuses.
Hey, yeah, whose channel is it? Is it your channel or is it mine?
No,
It's mine. I do what the fuck I want, Ramon.
I just said you've got a channel, do both.
Thank you. Okay, Elm Street, hands down. I know, Aaron. That's been my Achilles heel. You're right. I appreciate you calling me
Yeah, I know
out.
it's bang out of order.
Oh, speaking of calling out, we can take callers now.
Really?
I don't know if we're gonna do it today. We'll probably save that for Sunday.
Yeah, but I never got to tell that story though.
Which story? I'm sorry.
About Friday the 13th. You cut me off. You're like, oh, that guy. You know what I mean?
Oh, that was on purpose. So anyway, no, please continue. Tell your story, buddy. Go ahead.
No. So basically, yeah, my cousin was running down the street and a car decapitated her, cut off her head, and we used to play football with it. Over there, you call it soccer.
No, you. Oh, yes, we do call it soccer.
Soccer.
We do call it soccer. That's what we say when you're using a woman's head as the ball. You sock her in the head.
No, yeah. So my mum went shopping. I was about 12 years old, 11 years old. Saturday afternoon, friend over the street. I remember his name, Martin. I went over there and he had a VHS copy of Jason Lives, Friday the 13th. Never seen any of them. Watched it, completely fell in love with Jason Voorhees. I was terrified, absolutely terrified. And I came home and it was about 5 p.m. Mum was just coming home from shopping and I was in the kitchen. I remember being in the kitchen with a butcher's knife and I was standing in the kitchen terrified. And I was standing there for probably about half an hour and all I could hear when I was standing there was
wow.
And I was just standing there like that. I was terrified. As soon as my mum got in, I quickly put the knife away and I was like, "Oh, you all right? How's you doing?" Yeah. I was terrified. And that was my first experience with, that was like before I see Elm Street. That was like my experience. So that's why I love Jason.
Yeah, mine was Freddy. My experience into horror was Freddy. My mom had an old had a VHS of Nightmare on Elm Street, the original movie, and she would find me at like 2 a.m. watching this movie by myself. I was 4 years old, man. I was watching this movie by myself.
Oh wow!
And I got so obsessed with the movie.
Oh, I would be terrified at that age, man.
See, that's the thing. I have a morbid curiosity, always have, and so when I watched this movie, I was so scared of it that I wanted to like become friends with Freddy so he wouldn't kill me.
Oh, Yeah.
That's how my mind worked. 4-year-old me worked. And so it came to a point to where my parents were in the car with me and my brother, and they asked us what we wanted to be when we grew up. And my brother said, "Oh, I want to be a police officer. I want to be a fireman." And I go, "I want to be Freddy Krueger so I can grow up and kill all the girls." I wasn't allowed to watch Freddy Krueger for another 13 years after that.
Yeah, that's
well, at least that my
that's
parents
worrying. Yeah, that's worrying, isn't it? It's a bit of a concern, isn't it?
Ant-Man, can we try a multi-channel watch party? I don't know what you mean by multi-channel, but we can have multi-channels on the watch party. Yes,
All of us at the same time.
but
yeah.
we can stream onto other channels too. That's a little bit more complex, and well, we can talk about that later. But it takes a little bit of trust on someone's, at least with the app that, or with the StreamYard that I'm using.
We'll figure it out.
We can figure it out. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
But that was my first one. But my first, I've said it before on the channel anyway. I know I've said it on the channel, but I might as well just quickly over it. That was my first like slasher. So like Jason become my hero. We've all got stories, haven't we, of our favourites. And I remember seeing Freddy versus Jason, and I was in the cinema watching it, and I got really upset when Freddy catches him and he puts the water comes down and he turns into little mate. I was so angry. I was going to smash the screen. Like, don't you dare touch Jason. Like, I was so angry.
I love that part, man. This breaking.
It's brilliant.
Jason,
it's brilliant.
Yeah, it's a brilliant part. It's breaking Jason down into this
the kid, and he goes, "Let's go a little deeper."
Kid. Yeah,
and he puts mate, you don't do that to him, mate. So, but the first movie to actually terrify, like before Friday the 13th, my one. When you said yours was when you was Nightmare on Elm Street, my first one was Jaws. Was my first one because I remember we was watching it, and it's the part where Quint he's falling down the boat, and the shark comes up and bites him. He's coughing up blood, and we had a power cut in the area, and it just went pitch black. And my mum was like, "All right, bedtime." I was terrified. I remember sitting on my bed till the sun come up. Like that was my big one that like kept me up. I didn't sleep. Like it terrified me.
You know,
so Jaws. But again, still a great movie though. Jaws, an incredible film.
You know, one that kept me up that it's actually quite interesting because I was just talking about this with somebody last night. Because the Blair Witch Project, I totally fell into that entire hype, the entire hoax that they had out there, putting out the fake documentaries and all that stuff.
That's a special movie, that man.
I think 13 or 14-year-old me was eating it up, man. I was watching the documentaries. I was hyped for them. I'm like, these kids, that really happened, right? They really found this footage in the woods. Like, I was so behind it.
Clever. It was so clever. Yeah, it was so clever.
When I watched it, dude, it's one of the last times, one of the few last times. There's maybe one or two others after that, but like one of the at least most impactful times where I literally sat in bed that night and was terrified. I was absolutely terrified. Yeah. And I was a teenager, man. I wasn't like, I didn't have the excuse of being like 8 or younger, like I was a teenager, and I was like, my God, dude, I can't believe they found that footage. That means this stuff is real, man. This stuff, my parents, we live in the woods. Oh my God. It was fucking insane.
I remember that when that first came out, I weren't really interested because I was into such like the slashers and all of that stuff. I don't know. It just didn't pique my interest when it came out. And I remember my friend got it on cassette, and he was going on about this movie, and he's saying, "Look, you should watch it." He goes, "It will really scare you." And then, like the first 20 minutes, because it's all the handheld camera stuff, I was like, "I'm not getting into this, bro. I'm not feeling it at all." And he goes, "Just watch it." So I'm like, in a subconscious way with that movie, I think I was treating it like a real TV show, like a real. Like you just said, described it like I'm getting sucked into it without realizing that I'm actually getting sucked into it, because I'm like, that's that dude's cool, this girl's cool, and then they wake up and that kid's missing, and I'm like, nah, this is getting a bit weird, like this is getting a bit creepy. And that scene in the house, because I remember what they said about the witch makes you stand in the corner.
Yeah.
I didn't. This is what I'm saying. I didn't realize I was so sucked into the movie until they found the house, the hut, and when they found it. And then the camera goes, and it's the kid standing at the wall. bro, the fear just turned on like that, and I was
Yeah.
instantly terrified. And
Wow.
I just thought it was brilliant. Like,
Yeah,
for
the
I
movie
don't,
did the way they promoted that movie was just like
it's very good.
it can never be done again because it's already been done.
No,
You know, like it was one of
yeah,
those
because
one
it's
and done sort of things. Ant-Man says July 25th, 1986, Stephen King's Maximum Overdrive.
I've
I
got
haven't seen
I've got
Maximum
that on
Overdrive.
VHS. I've got
Is
that
that
on
good? Is that good?
VHS as well. It's
Is-
completely stupid, but it's a great movie. It's
Uh,
got
so,
go
go
on, go
ahead.
on, go on.
Mary Landrum says, when The Exorcist, the original one, first came out, myself and a friend of mine went to see The Exorcist, and we were, I think, 13 or 14, and I slept with
In a theater.
I slept with your mom, my grandmother, Elsie, for like 6 months, and I will never watch that movie again. I can't even stand to hear the
Tubular Bells,
tubular bells
yeah.
like that. Yeah,
My
that
go-to book,
really
yeah.
scared. You know, Aunt Mary, which is my mom's sister, my mom shares that same story with you. She talks about how she can't watch The
That's
Exorcist. She had
I
to sleep with the parents as well.
I
Let's see,
only
I saw
watched that
Aaron White. Oh,
maybe before you do, I only watched that maybe 4 or 5 years ago, The Exorcist. I knew it was considered a cult classic. I knew it was considered this masterpiece. But because at the time, like 2000 and maybe 15, 14, 15, it's way past the time of it being in its prime. So I was thinking this movie's going to be dated. Maybe it's best for me to just leave that one. And I thought, you know what? No, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to get myself in the mood and I'm going to sit down and watch it. I had my headphones in, same thing, all the lights out, and I just started watching it. Well, okay, you can tell it's got that old feel and everything. And it starts with the girl starts feeling a bit weird, but then there's something in the loft and they think it's rats or something like that. And the mum goes up in the loft, and from then onwards, I was on the edge of my seat, and I'm not in a gay way, but I fell completely in love with the guy who was trying to save her, like the priest with the black hair. I thought he was brilliant in that film, and at the
yeah.
very end of the movie, and she's, like, suffering, and he's like, take me," and I was just like, "This dude's a hero. This dude's a legend," and that he's one of my favorite, like, heroes in a horror movie ever. Like, I think that performance, I just
Yeah,
love I just love the performance
his
of the movie.
character is very well developed in that movie. Like, you know, we
Yeah,
know his struggles. We
really
know what
good.
he's going through. We know he's a priest in disguise, if you will, because he's not quite feeling it. You know, and this brings him back, you know, to religion. Ironically, so you know, it's a very
Yeah.
well thought out character
It's a great,
development.
great movie.
Yeah.
That's
Aaron White says
still
Wes
so
Craven's New Nightmare was my first Freddy movie I saw in theaters. The rest were on the others were on VHS. You know, Aaron, that's actually Seth's favorite Nightmare on Elm Street is New
is New
Nightmare.
Nightmare the one where it's like in the real world?
Yeah, it's like that fourth dimensional sort of thing. Like the
Yep,
actors are
that's a
playing
good movie.
themselves. Yeah.
Freddy's terrifying in that because he seems more, I know it sounds real, but the other ones are more like fantasy versions of Freddy.
Yeah.
This one just
Was
seems more
Amelia Estevez in that
brutalized.
Overdrive movie? I don't
That's
know.
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
He
was
was
it? Okay.
that's it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, Maximum Overdrive, yeah. That's just about a geezer who finds a petrol station or something, and he's stuck there, and all the lorries come alive. It's so stupid, and the lorries start driving and attacking people. It's
We
really
say when
silly.
you say the lorries, what do you mean?
Lorries, trucks.
Oh,
The trucks come alive.
trucks are
The
called
trucks come
lorries over
alive,
there.
and yeah, lorries, yeah.
Oh, I
The trucks come.
never heard that before.
That's another one.
Okay.
The trucks come alive and just start running people over. For no reason, they just start. I don't know. And Emilio Estevez is in it, but that's for some
That does
reason as a
sound
kid
awesome.
growing up. Yeah,
Yeah,
as
Ant-Man
silly
said
as
he was
that
4 when
movie
he
is,
watched it. So, is it
yeah,
like a terrifying movie, or is it like would you
it's you'll
consider it
watch it and be
terrifying?
like, you'll be like, this is no, you'll be like, this is so silly. Like there's like they're all in a petrol garage, and then someone will go out, and then a truck will just go past and try to hit you, and you're like, what? Like why? Like, but I do love the movie. It's a movie that I really, really love, and I don't know why. It's just a good movie, and I love Emilio Estevez anyway. Always have
Oh,
done.
I know.
I think he's
I
fantastic.
wish we could get some more Emilio Estevez. Isn't he supposed to come back for like the Mighty Ducks and Disney Plus?
I
Isn't
think
that a
so.
thing? Yeah.
I always liked him, bro. I literally went to see the Young Guns movie in the cinemas, the Young Guns 1 and 2, just because of him and because of like Breakfast Club and stuff like that. I'm massive fan of Estevez. I think he's great.
You know,
Um,
one of my favorite slapstick movies is with Emilio Estevez, and and
Loaded Weapon.
Loaded Weapon 1. Yeah. Loaded Weapon 1 with Samuel L. Jackson. Dude, that movie is a freaking masterpiece. I just can't, like, it's one of those movies.
You know what?
I'm not a huge fan of slapstick, but there are like a handful of slapstick movies that just do it so perfectly, and that's one of them.
He says to Emilio says to the woman, "Do you sleep with no clothes on?" "Only when I'm naked." Like, what?
What? My mother breastfed me until I was 34 or 18 or whatever he said.
And it's got Tim.
It's so good.
And Tim Curry, Wilderness Girls.
William Shatner.
Oh,
William Shatner plays the bad guy in that movie.
And it's got your guy from Amazing Spider-Man 2, the dad who plays the cop. He's in it, Dennis O'Leary. That's when William Shatner goes to the house.
Yeah,
that's him. Yeah.
I've
seen that movie a lot. It's so dumb.
Ant-Man, slow down your typing. Did you see Money Pit with Shelley Long and Tom Hanks?
Yeah, I got that.
Money Pit.
I got that. No.
We knew what you meant, man. I've seen Money. Yeah, I saw that movie.
Oh, that's a good one. Here's one for you. What's everyone that's watching?
The Burbs is a good one with Tom.
You son of a.
Oh, did I steal that from you?
Yes, I was just about to say, everyone who's watching, what's your favorite Tom Hanks movie? That's mine.
Oh, The Burbs. Okay.
I don't know what I wouldn't say it is the best because you've got the Green Mile, you've got all these classics, but for some reason that movie, big, he's done some fantastic films, but it's just The Burbs is. I just love that movie.
Oh, sure. Blame the kids, Ant-Man. Hi, kids.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in to our adult content. Oh, man. Well, the Ant-Man's their dad. I'm sure they're used to it. So,
kids, go watch Friday the 13th.
In the dark,
it's
alone.
Really happy.
Yay! Oh yeah, I got a thing for that. I can do that. Yay! Oh man, I cracked myself up. Let's see. Oh, we're going. Aaron White says his favorite Tom Hanks movie is Castaway. That is such a good one. That is such a good one. I love Forrest Gump.
Brilliant movies.
I love Forrest Gump. I really, really do. But I'll tell you what, like his acting is just as superb, but just on a completely different level when you think about Philadelphia. The movie Philadelphia with Tom Hanks is just
and
God, it's such an underdog.
And Banderas.
Yeah. And Denzel Washington.
Bruce Springsteen soundtrack. That song was phenomenal as well. That went to #1 over here for ages. The theme song from that was huge.
Yeah. I can't think of it at the top of my head, but I know what you're talking about. Ant-Man, The Burbs, then Children Under the Stairs.
Streets of Philadelphia,
Stairs. I need to.
Children Under the Stairs. I've not seen that.
I feel like I have. Let me look it up.
There's loads of those though that I consider just movies I love.
People Under the Stairs. Is that what you're talking about? People Under the Stairs.
I've not seen that. Not seen it.
Hold on. There's something else here. The Children Under the Stairs. Where characters. Okay, there's like a whole bunch of sites that come up for People Under the Stairs. I can share this. There's a whole bunch of sites that come up for People Under the Stairs, but there's only like one or two that say Children Under the Stairs. Like, yeah, this one says Children Under the Stairs. The characters from a 1991 Wes Craven movie. The People Under the Stairs. Oh, okay. The Children Under the Stairs were the characters in the movie called People Under the Stairs. So the movie's called People Under the Stairs. Okay, I've never seen that movie. It's a Wes Craven movie.
I haven't.
Listen, as much as I love Nightmare on Elm Street, I'm on the fence Wes Craven fan. The only reason why I'm on the fence because I love Nightmare on Elm Street so much. So he's kind of hit or miss for me. But
that's what I'm saying. But with 80s, 90s, and everything, it's funny because you can always still discover movies like you say that you've never seen. I bought on VHS because it weren't even out on Blu-ray or anything. A movie called Shocker, and it's got the guy who's in X-Files. You must have seen X-Files, right?
Yeah, of course.
And I think, is it Taggart, the guy with the glasses with the bald head, who's the guy in the office who helps Mulder and Scully all the time? He's Shocker. It's a horror movie. It's so ridiculous. But what I'm saying is, you will always discover horror movies. Again, there's probably loads in the 90s as well. Just movies that are kind of got big but sort of slipped under the radar. There's always loads of films that you can sort of find. Maniac Cop was another one. I loved Maniac Cop.
Maniac Cop. I'd never heard of Maniac Cop.
It's ridiculous, but it's wonderful.
A buddy, here you go. Aaron White says Shocker is so underrated.
Yeah, you go. Skinner, that's it.
Okay.
Good man.
All right. Yeah, Mitch Pileggi, I think his name is, who plays that character.
Yeah, Skinner.
There is a movie you reminded me called RoboCop. Not RoboCop.
Oh, mate.
Robo Vampire.
Oh, no, I don't know that. I was going to say RoboCop, man. RoboCop's wonderful.
Robo Vampire. Yes, Robo Vampire. This movie, oh my God. This movie is absolutely insane. Let me see if I can bring it up here, if it has anything on it. It tries to completely rip off RoboCop. It tries to rip off. Dude, it's such a B movie. A narcotics agent, Tom Wilde, is given a second chance at life after being shot and killed. In a futuristic experiment, Agent Wilde is returned to life as an android robot, and he is sent on a very dangerous mission. Dude, this motherfucker in this movie literally fights giant monkeys, he fights vampires, and he looks nothing like RoboCop in the movie. He looks nothing like this. And like when they're fixing him up, it looks like they put like a Mr. Coffee in his body. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's such a low budget film. It's one of those movies that are so low budget when like somebody jumps through a window, like a woman jumps through a window, you can see a guy stuntman like with a tattoo on his arm and a blonde wig like take her place.
Yeah, really bad.
Oh my God, it's so bad.
I'm gonna have to watch that. Watch that. There's loads though. Satanic Cop movie where the cop steals his girlfriend for the devil. That's what I mean. There's hundreds I've not seen. There's loads. Demons was another one. What's the one as well? Was it called Night Shift, where they work in a factory and there are giant rats everywhere? I think it's called Night Shift. That's another good one.
Satanic Cop. Nothing came up in IMDb when I typed in Satanic Cop, but Satanic Couch Potato did. That's a movie. Oh no, that's a TV show. Oh, that's a TV episode. Okay, that's funny.
And the other one as well is called Brain Damage. That's another messed up movie.
Oh, Night Shift.
Night Shift. I'm pretty sure Night Shift is the one with giant rats. I think that's what it's called.
What about Attack of the Killer Tomatoes?
Oh, that's a classic as well.
That would be a fun watch party movie. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. That would, because that movie's so out of this world.
And Critters is magnificent as well.
Yeah,
absolutely. When I was growing up, Critters was another one. I don't know why I loved that so much, but that was like a big like movie over here, not commercially, but it was big with like kids, like into horror and stuff like Gremlins and that, and Critters come out, and it was just, that was a massive like for kids who liked horror movies. That was just such a cool film.
Hold on, I'm gonna see. Hold on.
Yeah, Critters,
I want to make sure this is real before I post it up here. All right, hold on. Here we go.
What you got? You got something to wind me up.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
You've never seen a film like it. This is the incredible story of the world's ultimate disaster.
I wonder how long it's going to be before YouTube pulls me down.
I'll just mute it. If you just,
I'll mute it. Yeah, I'll mute it periodically. And it's Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. There might not be any copyright claims on this at all anymore. Who knows? Oh
that's
my goodness!
So funny.
God, look at that.
You know, someone was there just like throwing it, like roll it down the road. Wonderful.
Yeah, they rolled it like a freaking bowling ball. Oh my goodness. I really want to watch that movie now. I wonder if I bet YouTube gave me a copyright claim for the video at least. Oh well,
think so?
fuck them. Fuck them. I don't appease to the YouTube algorithm gods. Fuckers.
You don't, do you?
Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if we got pulled off for our COVID talk earlier.
You think? Yeah, but that's just
What
talking,
are you
isn't it?
doing? what are you doing, man? You just taking a nap? Is it
Yeah.
nap time? Mary, a classic movie
The
called
Birds.
The Birds. Oh yeah, Alfred Hitchcock.
Alfred Hitchcock, mate.
Yep.
Classic, bruv.
Oh
Classic.
yeah, Alfred Hitchcock.
And do you know what?
such a
It's
good
got
movie.
oh my good God, I've got to try
And
remember
also the
fella's name
Mothman
because
story supposedly happened here. Yes, it happened in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, right across the river from where my parents have a campground. Yeah, the Mothman movie story happened there. Have you heard of the Mothman prophecies, Ramon?
you've seen it, yeah.
Well, right, but the actual story of the Mothman prophecies, like it's an actual place. It's not too far from here. A couple hours. My
Oh,
parents
okay.
have a campground right across the street from Point Pleasant, West Virginia, where all that stuff actually took place and the bridge actually fell. They have a statue, the golden
Oh
statue of.
wow.
They have a golden statue of the Mothman where the bridge fell there that night. I think my grandma is somehow intertwined in that story. I've heard rumors that she was like waiting on the bridge. I don't know. Aunt Mary, that's your mom. You can let me know if that holds validity or not, or if my mom's just mixing up her
Crazy, isn't it?
stories. Brains. Oh, what were you gonna say? I'm
Brains,
sorry, I interrupted you, Ramon. What were you gonna say? I'm sorry.
No. What was the, that message there? Go back one.
Brain
Back-
scan.
Moth prophecies. No, before that.
Yeah, the Mothman prophecies.
Oh, sorry, The Birds. The guy who was in The Birds was in one of my favorite movies of all time. He's an Australian actor, and he was in the original of Time Machine. You must have seen that, no? I bet
The
you haven't, have
original
you?
Time Machine.
Time Machine, yeah. Oh, that movie.
I know what you're talking about, but I have not seen it.
And again with The Birds, I've seen The Birds God knows how many times. It's the first Hitchcock movie I ever see, so it's kind of my favorite one.
I love The Birds. I love Psycho too. Like that movie is so good. Psycho is so good.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Like it's one of those movies. Like it gets better every time I watch it.
Yeah.
Except for the remake.
It's
the remake was dumb, completely unnecessary. It was. See that right there, the Psycho remake is exactly why you don't copy and paste a movie when you remake it. Everyone seems like they want a movie. Well, that's completely different than the one I'm used to. Well, yeah, but fucker, that's why they remade it. Stupid, to give you a different perspective. Sorry, Ramon. I know I'm not trying to trigger you. I just thought about it. I realized you're one of
you love a remake. No,
I love remakes. I love reimaginings. Look at the different Batman that we have. Look at
that's
the
different.
That's not different. It's the same.
That's different.
Thing.
No, it's not. No, it isn't. It's not. No, because comic book stories, we've got thousands of angles and different directions and which way we can go with it. Bless you. For example, when it's not the same, because if you watch The Dark Knight and then you watch Batman 89, you can't say that they're similar. They're nothing alike. They're completely different stories.
Right. But
Psycho
if you watch
is the
Batman,
same.
But if you watch Batman Begins and Batman 1989, it's the different versions of the same story. It's different versions of the same story.
How?
About the origin story, about how his parents get killed and stuff like that. It's
Scarecrow in it then. Is Scarecrow in Batman 89?
No, he's not.
Is he in it?
No.
No, but is he in it? Is Scarecrow in Batman 89?
No. How many times I got to answer that question?
So Cillian Murphy, who's in Batman Begins, he plays the Scarecrow, right?
Yes.
Who's in Peaky Blinders. He's not in the 1989 one, is he?
Do you know how remakes work?
That's what I'm saying. So they're not really the same then, are they?
No, what I mean is it's that to me is how you do not a remake, but a reboot. I love reboots. Okay, if you're sticking to the fact that I said remake, I apologize. You're right, Ramon.
I mean, because
that is not a remake, but it is a reboot.
With the train going through Gotham, and he says, "Oh, but I don't have to save you." That's the same, isn't it? As when Joker falls off a tower of a helicopter. That's because they're similar, I think, aren't they? Like they're similar.
Kinda.
Like Joker, Ra's al Ghul, completely different. One wears makeup, one don't. One's on a train, one's on a building. They're similar though, aren't they?
You're still harping on the fact that I said remake and I meant reboot. Okay.
No, I'm saying they're similar, and they've both got Scarecrow.
Jesus Christ! I swear, once you get Ramon going, he has to pound it home, don't you? Just got to keep going.
I know.
Jeez.
Pound it. Sorry.
It's definitely different with
Definitely
comics.
different with
I agree. That's what
Thank you.
Aaron D. Harmon says.
Thank you, Aaron.
Well, listen,
Aaron knows. Aaron knows. I'm just saying.
I don't see. That's the thing. Like, I've never been a comic book fan. I've never been a comic book fan. I love movies. So to me, comic book properties are no different than horror properties. You know, or any other property or any other genre of movie. Well.
Well. No, who does that? That's Oh no. All right. What's his name?
All right. Matthew McConaughey.
I love that dude.
How you guys doing, man? I don't know. I almost went
He's
ghetto voice.
he's another legend and someone I love as well. He's just. Do you know what? Did you ever see that Rain of Fire?
Mm-mm.
Did you ever see that?
No.
Rain of Fire. It's in London. It's a very young Matthew McConaughey and Christian Bale, Batman, and dragons. Dragons are in London Underground and come up and wipe out Earth. And Matthew McConaughey's left and Christian Bale, and they're trying to take down the dragons. It's like a goth type of Fast Times. Yeah, Fast Times. That's just a wicked movie. That's got Penn as well, isn't it? Sean Penn.
Is that
Penn's
Fast
in
Times
that.
at Ridgemont High? Is that what he's talking about?
Yeah, love that.
No, I've never seen that.
I mean, Rain of Fire. You should check out. It's not a brilliant film, but it's the idea and concept is so good, and they should have done another. It's got Gerard Butler in it, a young Gerard Butler as well.
I'll tell you, one of my favorite Christian Bale horror movies is The Machinist.
Oh, that's a messed up movie.
That is a messed up movie, and
that's a depressing film, man.
What he did to his body.
I know. Yeah.
Now, and the thing that he went from The Machinist to Batman.
To Batman, wasn't it?
Yeah, back to back. You know, and he lost all that weight and then had to gain it back. I'm gonna get.
He looks seriously unwell in that movie.
Oh yeah,
I think he went a bit too far. When you look back at that, he went too far, didn't he?
Yeah, there he is. There's The Machinist, and there's Batman Begins. God damn, dude! That transformation is out of this world.
Yeah, he definitely went too far for that film.
Is it too far? I mean,
yeah, that's dangerous to the body, man. That's
that's his passion. That was his choice. He didn't have to lose that weight. That's his choice.
I know.
You know, to get into that character. I'm not gonna say neither here nor there. You know, an actor's decision to do what they do for their roles, but man, just that turnaround had to be terrible for his body.
I know.
For sure. So
that's why I like him. I don't think he always makes brilliant movies, but I think he's done some very, very great movies, and I think he would make more great movies. It's just not that every film is not always, they don't always get right, I don't think. But he does. Yeah. He's a great actor. There's no doubt in that. Because again, you can see in the what he puts into his roles. He's crazy. He's crazy.
It takes a little dash of craziness to make good movies, man. Or become a great actor. It really does, in my opinion. But all right. Well,
but it's the same as Joker, though, isn't it? Look at what he done. Like, he looked awful in that movie, but he
you talking about Heath Ledger?
No, Phoenix.
Oh, that's
funny.
Phoenix
funny.
In Joker. He just said that. That just we're on that in sync thinking again. But yeah, Joaquin Phoenix did the same thing. He lost all that weight. That's actually what inspired his dance in that movie. That dance when he goes into the bathroom wasn't supposed to be a dance scene. He just started moving. He's like, I never felt my body contort this way before because I was so thin. And like, he just started doing that, like as an improv in the bathroom, and they just left it in the movie and left that scene in.
That's a special performance. I think in years to come as well. I think I'll always love Heath Ledger's, but I kind of look at them as they're not. I don't really look at it as Phoenix as a joke. It's a Joker movie, but I kind of look at it as character observation, or it's not really
Yeah.
like a Joker DC kind of.
It's a character
And I
study.
think in years to come, maybe 10 years time, if you go back and watch that again for the first time, it's just going to be like, man, he put in one hell of a performance. Like,
And
it's one of
that's
them
why
films that's going to be.
that's why there's a big question mark of if they should do this sequel that is becoming heavily rumored to happen. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm still like that.
yeah, I'm
I
with
think
you,
magic
man.
like I think magic like that you can't.
You can't capture
I've
lightning
never.
in a
I mean,
bottle twice. Yeah.
can is there ever been a movie that's like Joker that's that sort of a serious movie where they've been able to do something like that twice in a row? I don't think there's. I don't know. Maybe there is, but I kind of view those movies like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is a one-off. That's a one-off. Those kind of films are just. They stand
Yeah.
on their own.
Yeah, what would be like?
So
That'd be like making a sequel to the
I don't
movie
know.
Hook. You know, it just wouldn't make sense. It's such a good standalone movie.
Just
it wouldn't make
leave
sense.
it.
Yeah.
Mm,
You know, and as I said on our Sunday drive-by news, you know, there's a big question mark over that movie of, you know, how much of it was real, how much of it was in his head, and I don't want that question answered. You know,
no,
I
don't.
like that question being there. I mean, there's things in this movie, like I'll watch it with Seth and he'll point out things I never noticed before, like after he gets punched in the face by Thomas Wayne, you know, and he's sitting in the bathroom, he's like leaning on the counter like this, and the next shot is him in the same exact position but leaning over his sink in the kitchen, and then he climbs into the refrigerator. Did that entire scene happen in his head where Thomas Wayne punched him? Like, these are the big question marks. Like it's absolutely
You know what?
insane.
I watched a thing on it the other day because we was talking about it. I don't know if this is common knowledge, but there's the part where he finds a gun in his locker or something and he loses his job.
Yeah.
And he walks out of the place and he goes, oh, okay. And he storms out and then he comes back and starts punching
The time
something. Clock. Yeah. And he breaks his hand. He broke his hand or something making it, like, because
did he?
It weren't, yeah, like that. And then he starts laughing afterwards and his hands all picked up like that. And then he walks out and he had to stop filming and go hospital because it weren't something that was supposed to happen. He walked out and thought, come back in, and he goes and he cracks a joke. He said something really funny. It's a really good joke as well. But he starts hitting the thing, and I'm like,
oh,
wow!
I forgot to punch out or something like that. I forgot to punch out.
That's it. I forgot to punch it. That's it.
Right, and all the clocks being set to 11:11. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
You know, actually, my clock in the studio here, it's wherever I can point. Yeah, that's set to 11:11. It's been set to 11:11 since before that movie ever came out. But yeah,
that's mad.
It's right twice a day.
And wait, before you do the only other person I know current, you've got Christian Bale, Joaquin Phoenix. Another person who I think puts in performances like that is Daniel Day-Lewis. He's one of the only other ones where I watch him in a movie and I'm kind of, you're trying to think of who that is. Gangs of New York.
No, I know exactly who that is. I'm trying to think of other people. I know there's more actors. I mean, like
him and like Gangs of New York, man. Like,
yeah, he's speaking of Gangs of New York, I was gonna say you wouldn't put Leonardo DiCaprio in that sort of thing, like that kind of method actor sort of way.
Yeah,
method acting is called method acting for a reason.
Yeah.
There's a lot of actors that do that.
Yeah, Caprio's got that in the bag, definitely, because you can throw him into anything.
Now
he'll go anywhere.
Now there's an actor that does method acting, but man, he's so controversial. Everything he does, people are like, is it good? And Jared Leto.
I'm on the fence about him. Like,
right, everyone's on the fence about him. Like,
I like him. Requiem for a Dream's magnificent. I loved Blade Runner. I know you weren't a massive fan of it, but I like Blade Runner and what he did in that role. But again, he's not personally for me as a personal choice. When you go Caprio, Joaquin Phoenix, Caprio, like in these movies, he's not one of those people that I'll go, oh, I've got to go and watch a movie because Jared Leto's in it. It's just not doesn't hit that thing for me. Whereas if Daniel Day-Lewis brings out a movie and it's about making radiators or making tires, I would watch it just because it's him.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Because I know he's going to do something in the film, and I'm going to be like, wow. Like, I mean, he made that movie about the train lines or something, and it was just about oil and train lines, and I loved it just because it was him. It was, you know, whereas Jared Leto don't really have that impact on me as much. I like him.
Yeah, he's again hit or miss. You know, he's Requiem for a Dream, like you said, is this just out of this world movie, and his acting was superb. But you know, then you have the Joker, which, you know, a lot of people are like, is this Joker come across that kind of like that shitty because they changed the movie so much around David Ayer, or is he really just kind of that crappy? And then when he showed up in Zack Snyder's Justice League, I want to tell you, man, I still wasn't sold. You know, like I do like,
nah, mate, nah. I loved him in that. In that, I was,
when he makes that look
if
on his face, when he puts that face on that look on his face, where like his eyes are sort of crossed, like I just can't not laugh at it. It does it in for me. Before we dive too deep, hold on. Before we dive too deep, I did want to answer Mary's question here.
Yeah, sorry, go on, man.
Another classic was The Shining. Did they make a reboot or a remake for that movie? Aunt Mary, yes, they did. It was in the late 90s, 1997. Stephen King's The Shining. It was a TV series, a miniseries. But I'll tell you what, I watched that movie, or that miniseries. That miniseries was scary as hell. It was so good. I actually, at the time, I liked it better than the original. I've grown to like the original more now. But at the time, when I was younger, that the TV series scared the crap out of me.
You've just pointed out another one for me. I'm gonna have to watch that because I love The Shining, and I didn't know there was one of them.
Oh yeah, it's a TV series. It's got. Have you ever seen the show Wings? Do you know anything about that?
Yeah.
It's got one of the brothers who stars in it. He plays Jack Nicholson's character. But yeah, it's a made-for-TV movie, so it's obviously, you know, it's gonna have that TV budget. But like, when I was a kid, and I haven't watched it since, so please don't hold me to it. But when I was a kid, that
no, I'll still check it out, man.
Crap out of me.
And there is actually the sequel as well with that. I thought I absolutely love the sequel to The Shining. I really enjoyed it, to be honest. It's called
Doctor Strange. Sleep.
No, Doctor Sleep. Doctor Sleep. But there's two versions of the film. There's two versions of the film. If you see it online, it's on Amazon Prime at the minute. Watch the director's cut. It's about 40 minutes longer, and it's definitely the better version.
Oh, it's on Netflix right now?
Version. No, on Amazon Prime.
Ooh,
it might be on. It might be on.
Well, because I've only seen half of it, and
I love it.
Not because I didn't like it, but situationally, I had to leave where I was watching the movie. So I've seen it a few times now. But I was totally into it. I never actually got back into it.
I've seen it a few times. I don't really see it as a horror, or, to be honest, I didn't even think it was that scary, really. But I just thought it was a good film. I just thought it was a good movie. Again, considering the property that it's trying to follow, you're never going to compete with the first movie, but it was still
what is the name of that new Predator movie? What's it called? I cannot.
It's not called Fury. It's called something like that, though. It's called. I'm not looking forward to it at all.
There's a poster for it. I'm trying to find the poster. I can't seem to locate it.
It's called Prey.
Oh, Prey
2022. I'm not looking forward to this at all. And I'm a big fan of Predator movies. Not all of them, because, you know, the Alien and Predator was pretty bad, but, you know, still watch them and support them because I love aliens and xenomorphs and all of that. But
there it is. I got it. There's the poster for it right here. I wish I could zoom in on this, but I don't think I can. Can I?
I'm not looking forward to this at all, but
probably just click on. To
be honest with you,
that might do it.
I don't think anything can be worse than that last one. I thought that was awful.
Whatever, advertisements. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it just because I like when they take movies and they put a new twist on them. Again, it goes with the reboots and stuff like that. I love new angles, and like we live in modern times, but like if these aliens existed, they existed in pre-modern
Oh
times.
yeah,
That's what I
yeah.
like about that Cowboys versus Aliens movie. You know, what if aliens came
Oh
down, but like
God.
during Cowboys? You know, like I just like the concept of it. You know, I
Do you know what?
call me a
I
sucker. I'm a
like the
sucker.
idea of that movie. No, I like the idea of that movie, but I just thought that was a bad film. That was such a bad movie.
Oh, I've never
I
watched
like
the
the
whole thing
idea of
through.
that.
I've never got it through. I just like the concept of it. Yeah, I've
Yeah, yeah,
never
yeah,
watched the
yeah.
whole
I'll go
thing
with
through.
that. A
I
new
think
Alien movie.
that wouldn't
Do you know what?
surprise me.
Right. So
That wouldn't
with
surprise me.
Alien, the only reason I'm sick of like Predators and all of these movies is because they're just terrible, terrible scripts and terrible stories. Like the guy who done the last one was, I think it was Shane Black who done The Predator, and he played Hawkins, I think, in the first Predator movie.
Yeah.
And he's the first one to get killed in Predator with Arnie. When you've got someone like that attached to the movie directing a newer version of Predator, you think to yourself, well, he knows the roots of the story, he knows the roots of the Predator, he's going to do a good movie. And I thought that last one was terrible. All he had was one Predator and the other one was 10 foot taller. And I was just like, what is this? Like, what is this? With Alien, again, I think that needs to go back to its roots, and it just needs to be a small enclosed type movie, because that's what made Alien so great. Even Aliens, with all of the colonial marines, it was still only about 8 to 10 people in the movie, and that's what made it scary, because it's that claustrophobia, I think, that makes Alien scary. When you're
Yeah.
trapped somewhere and you can't do nothing, you can't see in the dark. And that
Well,
first movie, Alien, is just, I love that movie.
and Ant-Man wants to know why not, Ramon? I think he means for the Predator movie.
Predator?
What? Yeah, why you're not
Just
looking
because I
forward to
don't
that?
think, realistically, I don't think Predator 1, brilliant.
But also,
Predator
Ramon
2,
hates
Johnny
movies, by
Glover.
the way. I just want to put that out there. Ramon just hates movies
Oh, whatever.
in
Yeah,
general.
whatever. So then, do you know what? Steve catches kittens. He does. He catches kittens and he throws them for fun. So then you've got Predator 1.
It throws
Predator
them
1 is,
for fun. Are you insane, Ramon? That's not how you have fun with kittens. You bury them up to their head and then you mow the lawn.
and then there was Predator 2
Hold
with
on,
Danny
hold
Glover,
on.
which I really love.
Let me see myself out here.
I've never spent 2 hours on Facebook in any live.
That boo is for me for the
Oh,
kitten comment.
yeah, I know. You don't use a lawnmower, you use shears. So, to be honest, it's the only time I get pussy anyway.
Oh,
So we're talking about cats, aren't we? So
stop
Where's the
making
cat?
noise. I'm out of control. There we go. Sorry.
Hmm.
Hold on. Where are we? There was something I was looking for. Okay. Oh,
Predator. Let me just answer that.
Yeah,
So
go ahead.
Predator, like
Please, go
Predator
ahead.
1, Predator 1, 10 out of 10. Predator 2, probably 7 or 8 out of 10. Alien versus Predator 1, put it in the bin. Alien versus Predator Requiem, didn't like that. Predators with Adrian Brody, I absolutely love that, 8 out of 10. The Predator, 2 out of 10. I hated that film. And I just think, I mean, it might be good, but I just don't have high hopes, because I enjoyed Predators only because it was similar to the original. I think it's such a difficult franchise. Same with Aliens. Once you've got Hollywood execs who get their fingers into the pies with these movies, they just chuck in stupid crap that's not needed, and it just needs to go back to its roots. Like, Predator. Do you know what? Who's the girl who's in Fifth Element? Multipass. What's her name?
Mila Jovovich.
Right. Get her. Yeah. Get her. Put her on a ship. I don't know. She's going on holiday and her ship breaks down, and a face hugger gets someone, and she's on a ship, and it's just her and this person, and the person, an alien bursts out. Have an hour and a half on a ship with her and a xenomorph with no weapons. I'd love it. That'd be brilliant. That's all I need.
Well,
That's
anything
it.
with Mila
'Cause that
Jovovich
would be-
is amazing. I love Mila
Her?
Jovovich.
She's great, man. Yeah, she's awesome, mate. Like, she's the sort of woman you need. Like, she's that, like, leader, sort of strong, feisty chick.
Mary Jane Landrum says, what do I look up if I want to
Yeah.
watch that series of The Shining? I do not know. What I was looking for while Ramon was talking and to Ant-Man was, I found a link where you can find that. I sent it to you through Messenger, so you have it there. Just know, because it was a mini series, it's the link is 5 hours long. So just keep that in mind. And there's commercials. So,
It's
but
on.
it's the only thing I could find.
It's on Amazon.
That the Shining TV series.
Yeah,
Is it?
it says there.
I just-
I've got it here. Yeah, might be
Oh.
not. It might not be in your location, but yeah, I can watch it here.
Oh,
So I
yeah,
might
that
do
might-
that.
I'll have to look it up. I don't know. Don't click that link at Mary. Maybe it's on Amazon. I don't know. It's hard for me to research this stuff when I'm on live on here. Let's see. What do you guys think it will take for new horror movie to be as good as old horror, the cult classics we know today? Well, we kind of touched base with this a little bit earlier. Like, we need to go back to that just absolutely just slasher fest of the 80s.
And do you know as well? I'll throw it back to you. Sorry. Studios need to stop getting involved with stuff, because when you look back at flipping,
they won't stop.
When
They
you
won't
look-
stop.
no, I know, but when you look back at the originals, your Wes Cravens and all these cats doing all them horror movies, these were just groups of people going off into a flipping forest and making a movie and coming back and going, "Yeah, we've got this great horror movie."
Right. And then studios come in and go, wow, we see this. Now we know how to take this and make more money out of it. All you got to do is change this. We got to get some viewers to take a look at it and see what they like and dislike about it. And then we got to change this. We got to change that.
Yeah, I don't want that. Like, for example, a horror movie can be made about anything. You can make a horror movie about a granny who lives down the road who knits jumpers for children, but she kidnaps children and she likes to eat them, and then she wears their skin as overcoats. You could make
She uses their hair to make the jumpers.
Yeah, you can make a horror movie about anything.
Yep.
And it can be terrifying if the correct person is behind it and the right cast is behind it. It's just that these studios get involved. This is why I was saying to you before, this is why I watch a lot of Korean movies, Polish movies, Russians. Like, they make the most bizarre horror movies, and I end up really enjoying them more because they throw spanners in the works and it's not got that interference with studios. Some of them are really bad, but then you'll come across a couple of gems and I'm like, oh, wow, I haven't seen something like that in years. Exactly like the cult, classics.
Yeah.
But
now, Ant-Man, when you say cult classic, as we know today, are you speaking of the 80s slashers? Or are you going back further, into like the scientific thrillers of the old days, the Draculas, the Monsterverse and stuff like that, the Fly. Oh my God, the Fly remake. See, that's how you do a fucking remake. I'm telling you, biggest key is you go back to latex and fucking corn syrup, man. You stay away from that CGI. You stay away from the CGI. Or not stay away from it, but use it as a tool. Don't just use it as your main freaking thing. That's one thing that would help.
No, I agree with that, man. Sure. I agree with that. That's another thing I didn't like about Malignant. I didn't like the CGI. That really threw me off.
See, I had to watch it again. I think I was just so. I think I just really enjoyed watching something so different, because everything else just seems so mudded these days. It's just muddled.
No, but they remember every time a switch happened and a change was happening, all of the walls, all of that liquid and everything surrounded all the walls, and I'm like,
how'd that happen?
Is he using CGI? Yeah, CGI. Yeah, that's what threw me off, I think, as well. And I think as well we noticed that in horror movies, because we don't really want that in horror movies. You don't really think about it. Like Freddy Krueger and Jason and that, it's just the machete and a bit of flipping tomato blood. I don't really care
simple
about
things in life. Knives for fingers, machete, chainsaw,
butcher
knife. These take it back to the simples, the simplistic way of killing people. Like Ant-Man says, we honestly just need to hit the reset button. He's right. I don't even know if that's the great thing about movies, is that it's a constant reset button. Every movie is another reset button. You can. I don't know. I mean, do we remake the 80s slashers? No. We want another Freddy.
I think
if we want another Freddy Krueger movie, do we remake, reboot, or continue the story? What do you do with that property?
I don't think you should touch Freddy Krueger no more. I think that time's passed. I think
you think it's done.
I love them. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I love them. Don't get me wrong. Of course, I want to see more of them. But what I'm saying is, there's some kid sitting out there. I don't know, John Bishop, who's sitting some flipping hut in Poland, writing and drawing pictures, and he's probably got an idea of someone with a crow's head that, I don't know, eats people and then turns into a giant octopus. I don't know. There's someone out there that writes these stories the same way Wes Craven did and all these other people. Those people need to be given the chance, because there's people out there writing great movies. Of course there is. It don't just go away. Like, I bet there's some incredible characters out there we've never. Well, there is. There's going to be great characters out there we've never even heard of, and we're missing out on.
Yeah,
and
we're too busy trying to play into the old characters. Yeah, I get it. Like Ant-Man says here, some movies you just can't make better. Now, I agree with that statement, but I also don't think that's a statement that should be, held in the light of, don't try to make it better. You can make movies differently, and a prime example of that is going back to the Evil Dead. They made that movie completely different than what the original concept was, while sticking to the main bare bones of the concept of the movie. But like tonally, it's a completely different movie, and that just hit a home run for me. If you try to make a movie better, that's where you're going to fail. If you try to make a movie different, that's where you've got something, in my opinion. So
I'll tell you what I do miss as well. I miss, and I'm disappointed in. I know it done well commercially. I'm sad that the Jason Statham movie, The Meg, was a cheesy, like, teen flick movie, because I love Deep Blue Sea. It's silly, but it's just, again, it's that same thing like Alien. You're all trapped underwater, and there's sharks everywhere, and you've got to try and escape, and half of you are going to get eaten. It's not really that difficult. It's just not that difficult of
simplistics.
Yeah, it's again, like, I would imagine you've got, like, I don't know, there's a story that there's loads of kids that go to a zoo for a kids day out with school, and they're all trapped in there, and it's the arachnophobia, it's all the insects and spiders. So you've got snakes and spiders attacking and killing loads of kids and all the parents and everything else there. It's just not that difficult.
Just like The Birds. Alfred Hitchcock, The Birds, just like that.
The Abyss. Have you seen The Abyss, bro? That movie.
Yeah. I've seen The Abyss.
That movie.
That movie's something else, huh? It's in a league of its own. It really is. In a league of its own.
That's a wonderful film and all.
All right, gentlemen. We're going at 2.5 hours here. I'm gonna put an end to this here in the next couple minutes, just because I got my own editing to do. I got the Amazing Spider-Man review that's gonna come out tomorrow. Dude, I recorded it before edit. It's an hour long right now, so I got an hour worth of editing to do, which is gonna be fun.
That's good.
Boo! What do you mean, boo?
When should we come back? I can't do tomorrow, but
who you booing, huh?
It's up. Don't go. Don't go.
Well, I mean, ask us anything, guys. Ask us questions. Yeah. I thought Aaron left like an hour ago. Aaron DeYarman, I thought you left. No, I'm just messing with you. I mean, seriously, ask us questions. If you want us to stay, keep us talking. They're
just sitting there watching us. Aaron's sitting there watching us. Oh, wow. I see you, Aaron. I'm looking into your soul. Take off your hat. That's just weird. It's just weird, bro. That's just weird. I've got to go and eat anyway and do some bits anyway. So
right. Well, it's 1:30 here, so that's like what, 6:30 where you're at.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I want to appreciate everyone who joined us today. And Aaron White, I'm looking forward to seeing your review on the Amazing Spider-Man. Dude, I love that movie. God, I love that movie. Aaron DeYarman, thank you for joining us. Ant-Man, let's get together. And we don't just stream on Facebook, buddy. This is streaming on YouTube and Twitch right now as well. So this is just one of the forums that we're in. A lot of these comments, like Aaron's comment, is coming from YouTube. Your comment is coming from Facebook. We didn't have any Twitch friends today. Usually on Sundays we have Twitch friends chime in. But either way, I want to thank you guys. This was an impromptu thing. If you guys want to see more of us just do random stuff, like randomly throughout the week, let us know, and we will see what we can come up with.
Do you know what? I remember as well when I was about 13, and I went to we used to have a thing called Cubs, and it's like, do you have like I don't know what you would call it over there, where you have a group of them go together and you go in the forest, and the kid groups where you learn orienteering and building stuff and I don't know what you call it over there. You do archery and all of Cub Scout, right. It's Cubs, yeah, Cubs. So basically, I remember when I went Cub Scouts, and there was this girl there, Angela, yeah. And I remember we got to this campsite, and I was like, "You're right, Angela," and I touched her hand. I did that. I touched her hand, bruv. When I was 13, I did that. Yep.
Oh wow.
And then she got with my mate Matthew, and she married him.
Okay, well, we'll end on a high note there. Thank you, Ramon, for that uplifting story. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go meet Ramon in the back.
And I had a rabbit. I had a rabbit as well called Thumper, and he died.
That's awesome, dude. Hell yeah. That's great. All right. Did you have stew? With that, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate everyone tuning in for our impromptu live stream. Give me 2 seconds of trying to do all this. And remember, stay trigger happy, my friends. Peace.